कैसे किराया से।
Take the free hair test.
सामान मंगवा
देखो मत, मंगवाओ ये MCB's PVC tapes, plugs and more delivered in 10 minutes. Blink it.
रोज मेहनत करो और अपने पैरों पर खड़े होकर दिखाओ।
इंस्टॉल नाउ पे क्लिक करो और अभी सीखो ऐप डाउनलोड करो।
This squad, but don't forget, for everybody that's currently here at EWC, make sure you guys check out the fan experience. Go look at the awesome stuff between PUBG Mobile and Naruto. Try out Brain Rot Royale. Why not? Because we've been able to try it and it's quite fun. And I played it way too much. I had to stop so I could actually come here and break down what's been going on in the finals, and also check out Spider-Man. Maybe you'll get a chance to meet him and greet him. But about this performance from Team Flash Max, we finally got a chance to see them perform.
I never doubted. No, I have been doubting a little bit. It's been looking a bit dicey recently, unfortunately. But
In the aggressiveness, this is what we've been expecting out of Horror Esports, the aggressiveness, 16 eliminations.
I mean, it's a real shame we just didn't see this from the get-go, right? From day one throughout to today, because they could have been in a very different position on those leaderboards than we see them right now. But also, just mention very quickly, as we look at the team stats here for Sleepy and Sky actually doing some mega work. They did have some really good nays. They were pushing very well. They are the team that got rid of E-Arena in the mid-phase of that game, taking shots onto Nungshin there. So, you know, very, very proactive, really looking around them and trying to get as many elims as possible. I think we can call that farming.
They were farming a little bit. Farming. They definitely were. But actually, the key thing we have to keep in mind for Horror here is they are the team that eliminated E-Arena, which is a team, if you get that elimination, one of the plays, you're like, that's E-Arena. That's E-Arena right there.
Go.
Push them. And then they did it. Which really is going to make this event so much more interesting because so many teams can enter the Smash Zone.
I know, and how crazy it is that the top of the leaderboard seem to fall, and then these mid-teams sort of have that glimpse of hope and opportunity. But that's why we love it here for PUBG Mobile with the Smash rule, especially. Now, I do want to sort of draw your attention to S2G, a team that is quite incredibly close to that Smash rule. But we talked about the first game, and really get to them sort of in that first mid-section. They had a nice recovery, a little bit of a hot drop. Couldn't capitalize on as many eliminations as they wanted to. The roughest zone shift for them. They had like that kind of open terrain. They couldn't really move in. And then they passed. And then this game, again, it kind of like they're losing their team so incredibly early. After eliminations, you saw Kamikaze there on the north side trying to sponge those points. But again, falling short.
S2G भी बहुत क्लोज आ गई है। कितने पॉइंट चाहिए इनको? 8 पॉइंट, 8 नहीं 6 पॉइंट में S2G, 6 और 9 पॉइंट में अरोरा। निगमा ने चिकन मारा है तो 22 पॉइंट इनको मिल ही जाने। वाह 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 वाह, बस यहाँ तक ही चांस है। 14 ने अगर कितने किल मारने, 14 किल चिकन मारा तो एक बार को पॉसिबल है। टॉप 6 टीम के अभी भी चांसेस है, कुछ भी हो सकते, बट अगर एनएस या ईए ने चिकन मार दिया तो मैच खत्म हो जाएगा। अपने भाई लोग कहाँ गए?
Well, the big thing as well for me is that Aurora Gaming, Nigma and E-Arena all finished up that match with 0 points on the board, right? Yes. Nothing for game 2. S2G is moving up, as you said, Lace. You've got 4th Rise. Well, also they got 0 points, so they don't count. But Team Flash, Ulf, all of these teams, they are really making a push forward, while those top teams, except for Nongshim, they're it's getting very close for the rest of those teams.
And in this first page,
की जितने कितने चांस है। अभी तो मुश्किल है, बट वो है कि टॉप जितना एंड कर पे उतना सही है, बेटर है।
The only team in this first page that doesn't have a win. The reason why I'm bringing this up is
73 बहुत पॉइंट्स चाहिए भाई, बहुत पॉइंट्स चाहिए अपने को। ओजी भी क्लाइंब अप कर दी। 66 73
stages they were sort of unable to get those chicken dinners. Of course they could capitalize on eliminations, but they weren't really one of those teams that would close out the win.
क्या ब्रेक लेते हैं? अरे भाई तो प्लेयर्स का भी वो देखो ना, माइंडसेट का भी गेम है ना।
those points to hit that kind of smash roll.
अब इतना प्रेशर रहेगा ना सब पे वो प्लेयर्स पे
still, if you calculate statistically, it's still their win
तगड़ा
rate
प्रेशर रहेगा भाई क्योंकि एनएस तो इनको चिकन लेने नहीं देना खुद को क्लाइंब अप नहीं करना है सारी चीजें एक साथ
I'm going to pivot the conversation. I want to bring it back to Nongshim Red Force.
Yes, let's discuss.
And what
I wanted to take a bit of time here because that was an absolutely insane throw. There are three options. Or you third party to the western side on the mountain next to Lumberyard, or you directly crash onto Al Ula, which is what I think would have been a really good option.
points आए और पे चिकन निकाल
You decide to go for the wide wrap onto Flash, which I wouldn't recommend, and they ended up doing. There were so many options to go, but that was like out of the three Nitra, the one that was not going to give them the win.
And you know what? It's showcased by Al Ula taking second place from the exact position that we were like, Nongshim, go that way, go that way. Al Ula end up going that way, get that second place, and I think if it had been Nongshim with the kind of momentum that they had off the win, they would have won there. It is genuinely not even game throwing, it's almost championship throwing in game 2, right? Because they could have won it, they could have ended it dead and dusted, and they just didn't. They went for a very different play.
Especially because of that rotation. If you push Al Ula, let's say, only Al Ula is going to fight you, right? It's literally team versus team.
Literally.
That wide Eastern rotate, Aurora's looking your way, Team Flash is looking your way, Al Ula's also looking your way. You're just making it harder for yourself. And Nongshim Red Force have some of the best rotations sometimes, and then they pull stuff like that. I'm very confused. They're a very confusing team. Entertaining to watch, but confusing.
I also want to sort of point out, and this is just kind of across battle royales in general, sometimes you only have that one opportunity, and when you miss it, it is now 10 times harder to get back to that same position. You do not get these chances often. And like you said, Neptro, they didn't make that space, they didn't make that play well, so it will be a little bit more challenging now.
And with Nongshim Red Force, especially in that performance, right? I fully agree with you guys. They decided to go the completely wrong way, being within nade range of Aurora as well, even though they ended up surviving Aurora. One thing though for this team is that when we've seen it in the past, you were kind of telling me this too, Neptune, especially PMNI. Once they hit the smash zone, this team is so scary because they know exactly what they're playing for, which is just the win, right? Yes, they can get some points. And we kind of saw this here being super passive, the team just waiting for the right time. And I think maybe that's what could have hurt them there. They was just looking for something passive. They weren't looking for an actual fight, and that's why they decided to go with that rotation.
You know what? I 100% agree with you there, Seven, because, they are so scary. They are so patient. And we saw that them lining up on Milta Power there, lining up on that wall, going, okay, what's the next play? They didn't look scared. They weren't going too quickly. They were just being very patient. They were sitting and going, okay, what are we going to be doing next? And then they make the most harebrained, like, under pressure play, it felt like, right? Another team I would have expected that from. Not from Nongshim, not with the presence of mind they seem to have while in the smash point. They are not a team that falls under pressure, and it felt like they just did in that moment, so very, very odd. Next game, though, still that chance. No one's quite caught up to that smash zone, so really, EA still the only competitor for them right now. Game 3, we can do this.
I'm going to pivot the topic again. Sorry, I'm all over the place. There's so much to talk about right now. But I want to talk about, actually, the MVP race, which is actually, we could have a dark situation on our hands, which is we saw Aaron being top damage dealer, he had a ton of eliminations, and they're currently at the very bottom of the first page. We could have a situation where they're nowhere near winning the tournament, and a player on Ulf could actually become your PMWC 2026.
मैं अभी डाउनलोड कर रही हूँ और आप भी डाउनलोड करो पॉकेट FM और सुनो ब्रह्मांड का रक्षक।
We got a bunch more over there from Godlike. Let's see what Barney's currently up to.
Chalo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've said it time and time again that we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the fans. We've got so many around the arena. Third map of the day. It is time to check in with them. And so,
Anki bhai wait kar rahe.
Kilaris, who have you got with you, buddy?
Yeah, that's all well and good, but I've got
Make
some noise! Thunderous applause for Ding the Galaxy! What have you got going on, Barney? Lottie, what have you got?
क्या पागल हो गए सब ना ले?
Barney, you're not ready because I'm here with Sparty.
सब नाच रहे माँ क्या पूरा क्लब टाइप बना दिया भाई।
You
can hear the celebration in the arena. I'm sure you can hear it at home as this Hall of Heroes echoes with every fan's hopes and dreams, giving out their energy because the tournament still goes on. Not ending in a Game 2 smash. We run right back.
Jai Mata Di.
Anticipation has
Third
reached
match.
fever pitch here in France.
Hopefully chicken Indian team ka maza hai.
Having a great time here in the arena. The Enigma Galaxy fans getting ready. I mean, they have played very well
Can
today.
we have some
making a great showing on that first match, but
Indian flags in the chat, please?
What an event! What atmosphere we've got here in our arena. Lovely to see all support coming out for our players, for our teams here. Potentially the last match. Ooh, maybe. Felt like it on that last one. Weren't quite able to get it there for Nongshim Red Force. So they kind of make a bit of a Hail Mary. Didn't work out.
Let's go.
But we do have our third match coming up. Erangel. Nice and steady map here to get yourself a chicken dinner on. Nongshim might be waiting for later on in the day though. Hitting another big Miramar, but will someone beat them to the punch? Will E-Arena start stepping back up again?
A lot of fine margins and a room that's getting rowdier and rowdier each game that goes by. But we'll focus on the here and now, the present that is the fact. We've been presented with a third game here live from EWC. pmgc has not stopped delivering, and I don't doubt this game will be anything different. We're back on our playing path established.
Last match, a little bit difficult, honestly. I don't blame a lot of our teams for struggling slightly there. Very, very southern playing path to start things off. Awkward drop spots, awkward rotates, quick switch out towards the eastern side. Not an easy game to confirm a chicken dinner on. This time around, really, really gentle playing path, straight across the center.
Almost same है, almost same है.
Lovely in-flight meal.
थोड़ा सा वो नीचे से गया था, थोड़ा ये ऊपर है.
Similar बोल सकते हैं. The map, so a lot of room to rotate, Jackie, but where's the
एकदम copy paste नहीं है.
Well, if history is anything to go by with some of the circles we've had here this event, it might be something a little bit spicy for this one.
अब zone क्या जा रहा है वो दिखती है. Zone.
Might be.
Might
just be. Fair bit.
Zone B almost same
hai. Play here down towards the south side. We got plenty of water in play. Teams have to start getting their feet wet into this one to make it happen. Those bridge crossings, absolutely diabolical. Aurora. Also, tough decisions. S2G, to run into on that eastern side, but Fourth Rise have been consistently aggressive over towards the west. So hard decisions need to be made for this squad. They're getting vehicles, likely will loop down towards the south side of the map. They've been praying for a southwest shift on this one. Over towards Farm. Red Force will get moving. Planting those seeds of destiny. Hopefully get themselves another chicken dinner today. E-Arena far out over towards the northwest side, South George. Long distance on this one.
And of course, for those of you at home that don't want to forget the event, make sure you get stuck in with that Naruto in-game event that's been going on. Pick up that awesome Ninetales Fury org and try and make plays like some of the best we've seen over the tournament.
One of the best right here on our screens in Mormon. For E-Arena, he has been the man. Seriously good stuff from him. So many clutch plays, so many moments. Dire and Mormon was able to pull it back for the squad. Looking to do the same here in the final day. They've already achieved the smash ruling. As was said earlier on the desk, the only two teams to currently do it. I do think that will change after match 3 if we don't end it all here and now. Right now you have that serene sense for E-Arena as well as Nongshim Red Force that there is only one other squad in the lobby that could beat you to the punch.
S2G जाके भी zone पकड़ रही है रे, center. Almost center पे ही है ये लोग.
I do think, mate, with how S2G have looked,
GX ने अपना काम तो कर लिया रे, उसको हटा दिया, ईडा को यहाँ से हटाया.
They've still got a chance to be a dark horse, to be able to upset in this lobby. But I think we saw some of that talent yesterday when they were fighting under so much pressure as well.
अब इनको ट्रक नहीं मिला क्या? क्या बात कर रही?
Distance. pmgc, he was popping off. There's a lot they can do, bro. You know, we touched on Kamikaze an awful lot over the event, but I think it's that duo that brings so much firepower.
ट्रक नहीं आएगा इनका
We'll see what they got this time.
Hamzy as well as Kamikaze looking great. And for S2G, they're a team that's put up quite a lot of chicken dinners so far, actually. I think they're currently on 3. Looking to break that record, though I think it will be difficult today to do that, since get up towards 5, and by the time they get to 5, they should have also just won at that point. That's a smash. So possibilities of broken records ruined by the format for them. But I do think they would be happy with the
OG and Golek pass में रहे, ये fight ना ले ले भाई. देखो मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ.
So for S2G, certainly a possibility here.
बाजू में लूट रहे.
Only 6 points on this game that's needed
for them. में एक Rozog में.
For Aurora, we are looking towards 9. Enigma Galaxy is going to have to be a bigger match. 22 points on that one, which is almost certainly going to be a chicken dinner.
S2 center ले ले, NS भी almost center है.
A lot of teams looking to breach that smash ruling as we come into match 3, which is where it always gets stressful. Hot Jukes, a little documentary style, earlier on today was saying that he'd love to see 6 teams towards that final match, all vying it out for the chicken dinner. Has felt like a lot of times internationals do go to that 6th match no matter what. And even ooh, for Nongshin Red Force, oh my god, he's alive. For Nongshin Red Force, he did go to match 6 when they got that smash. Satan immediately peeling off there for Enigma Galaxy, but they are in close contention with 4 Thrives, who are exiting from Ferry Pier and Yellows.
बच गया वहाँ क्या पेटी थी. एक HP बच गया.
4 Thrives, they've been loving these fights versus Enigma the entire event. Always able to catch them on their egress. I was just as surprised as you were. He actually got out from that one. But Lord not lucky enough to bypass Ida. That back and forth conversation between those two teams continues even this far into the event. Emre running down Lord to get that confirmation off.
Yeah, now that idea of getting the chicken dinner and getting into smash ruling feels a little further away. 4 Thrives will aggress over towards Ida. Should hit them up towards the 100 now, so they've also hit the century on this game. Getting ever closer to that count. Nongshin Red Force was able to make a fairly good rotation towards the central position. They like to play around this area. They are cut in with S2G though. Slightly scary spot to be working with. Very central. Still only here in zone 1. Anything can happen as long as they're set up. Position to move from should be okay. Finds S Power. There is a clap back from Admino, who immediately will flush out Scarface. So full-on engagement here between all as well.
Already big shots being connected.
So my
and
finish.
it's wiped up so quickly. Ulf withstand the pressure. They do lose 1 player, but they can get Eren back up, and that's a key piece of the puzzle for them. Keep him in play, reset with the meds, and grab the extra loot.
I mean, for Eren, what a run it's been for him during this tournament. Max was highlighting him on the desk of how much he was able to really prove himself here at this event, despite having some awkward moments, honestly. Still remember his crash into gas station, which went terribly wrong, but even then he is putting up numbers. OG do take a knock there to Tiamba, who have been sadly very quiet after day 1. A majority of the points earned there, if they were able to replicate anything like that day 1 and day 2 or day 3, they would have won this tournament by a mile. Sadly, this is just not the case. Trying to get back into the mix of it now, though, is Milu. So let's look for these nades.
Maru on about half HP there.
Split up ना देखने है तो.
AKOP in the backline. Nice arc from Milu. Milu the madman, when he's feeling himself, he can do so much damage on a battleground. It's got back up from the boys. If they can get out of this one cleanly, maybe they can at least try and ruin some of the runs for the other squads. Milu keeps it going to get that flush as well, so that will remove Aru. Hard cut him out. Blue coming in to make it a bit more suffocating between these two sides.
What if you nades already expected Be right in zone 2 now. Blue starts to tickle a fair bit. QZZ gets a bit panicked there. Will drop a couple of shots through and then immediately send in Milu. He's just going to prime the nade. That's a nice one from him. Good patience. Lets it go through. Is he going to peek this onto AKOP? It's me. Does not care in the slightest. Friendly fire. Denies the point.
Oh, yeah. And they're going to bounce around, make sure they clean up on that one. Trying to snatch away some of the earnings. Good to see Tiamba, though, getting a bit of fanfare back from the crowd and big plays from Milu. I think he was sat on about 11 elims off the back of 3 games back on day 1 as well, mate.
Tiamba lucky to have him. Great to see him back on the team again. Some subs came through yesterday. Shallow in, Milu out, looks like he is ready to play today. Gameplay looks clean.
towards that north side, no hate.
In play, but not fully. At least we did confirm away from the south side. A lot of the water got put out immediately. A hard shift over towards the northwest, and easy rotate now for Tiamba to actually get in.
There's Catch popping up in the Elim feed. Couple shots over towards the Furia squad. Furia that have been a little bit more shaky today in some of the battles we've seen. Hasn't been as cutthroat. We'll see if that one results in a bit of a flush. Seems like they have grabbed Igor's back up. Just ahead of the Aurora crew that have made their rotation over the bridge left of Novka. Oh, are they going in for this aggro?
अगर पता चला अरोरा को
NSA coastal side, deny as much as possible. Confirm घुसेगी. Playing an anchor backstop here, taking some good shots. There is another play here alongside him with Doc. Hamzi G at distance, also watching. So this is a dangerous rotate here for Aurora, because even if they get down towards the beachhead, S2G might have a sight line with Hamzi, and we know just how good Hamzi is at distance. An eagle eye on him. Nades go through, but so easy, brushes them off.
Dirt off the shoulder for so easy. Can't keep this man down right now. 3 of their nades invested, so draining some of the early offensive utility, but it looks like they've still got a good supply, at least on Doc with 5 in the backpack. Meanwhile, E-Arena pushing back up over towards Catch, trying to catch an escape plan. Dives behind the driving, but it's not quick enough as Joker will adjust his crosshair and find that one on the exit. Mormon takes a knock back over.
Bit of a disjointed Irish exit there from Ulf. Alula under pressure though, as S2G just flies in over towards the garages. R3B in the corner, and S2G cleans it up. Not a single player lost. Should be able to get that res. Nongshim Red Force in the meantime, seeing those players leaving, did get that leapfrog on, so they get a little bit further into the circle here. Milta, not the main feature. If we go down towards the southeast, we know just how good Nongshim can be in an urban finish.
S2G भी आ रही है उसमें, उसकी रेस में, स्मैश के रेस में आ रही है। अरोरा को 10 पॉइंट चाहिए।
So no overcommit. You touched on Aurora just controlling some of the rotation paths with the coast firmly under their foot. Map geometry favouring them from this position. They opt to go for the 2-2 split. Rufus and top further over near the area we see Vitality starting to encroach upon. Whilst Joel and Doc, 2 players with very heavy hands, if you do want to challenge the raw duel, play off each other.
It's actually a possibility right now with S2G leaving. I don't know if Aurora is able to spot that. They certainly don't see Hamzy G continuing to
क्योंकि
pick the
teams आएगी ना
angle, but
ऊपर,
now they have
एक
free
दो टीम रहती
capability
ना
to
तो
actually
समझे
make an
अभी
Eastern ramp if
दो
they
टीम और आ
want.
सकती है.
Right now they're holding two fairly decent locations in terms of vision onto the map, but they are right on the edge, so eventually they'll have to move. I think likely what's going to happen is they'll wait for Zone 4, make a decision from there how they want to rotate in. But there's a lot of free space over towards the eastern side, and already Doc is going to scout it. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Get a little bit further up, realize that actually this space is kind of open at the moment for us to get a little bit more of an eye towards the circle.
That's the kind of premium real estate that man like Doc's going to instantly sniff out. He'll be confident enough to rep himself to take control of. We'll see how this pans out long term for Aurora.
Zone matter करेगा. मिल्टा दे दे मिल्टा. भाग जा मिल्टा पूरा.
Of how this works, and we are down towards Milta. Nongshim might be thinking about making a move right now, and they're instantaneous. This is way better than last game. Last game felt late on those rotates. It felt like they were still making decisions. This time they are much quicker with it. Out to the outside edge, not confirmed towards Milta yet. Still giving them the capability to move out towards the field should this move towards the west. But now they're going to have a swivel on towards all the teams around them. Aurora recalling Reefus back towards the squad as teams start to surge towards Milta.
Timing on this is going to be so dangerously tight, though. They all caught vision on one another. Ida have already entered close. Three-man split. Solo's playing in a line there for Aurora with the wrap in late. Rufus, seeing the backline of Vitality, knows he's got to go down towards the coast and then assist the team. Tiamba getting shots off as well. That's Ulf. Oh, you're going to be eating shrapnel on this one. Wide arc down towards the roadside.
Solus and Aaron here by the toll gates. It's always an awkward spot, very nadeable.
NS zone है but वो
देखने हैं ना सीधा स्लैम आया तो दिक्कत है NS से एक knock finish हो जाएगा. Dodge those close quarters ordnance. Oh my God, there's mollies everywhere. Aaron can barely move. He has to find an opening with this nade before Ulf is looking like it's more and more over. XZY goes down to a nade from Reefus. Doesn't push it though. Should be resable.
That's two players knocked as well. We saw Vitality get in the first domino falling onto Nonshin, then the assist coming in from Aurora.
Already 3 men है वो.
The Nonshin smash squad might have come on stock early.
Nades सारे दबा के nades सारे.
It's far, it's far. It's so hard. He kind of needs to get over the top and try and pick him up, but with the vehicle's currently slammed, it's really difficult to do. Just about holds the res. He was so low. Daisy perched himself on the rubble of the wall. Oh, that was close, Jackie.
I think we just saw Federales get a single tap onto Hyunbin as well. He was looking for the drop with the smoke, wanted to try get down there. A single bullet had to hit the deck again. Thankfully, smoke's out, limited cover as well with the walls, so the geometry playing in their favor. You can go for another res. They might be able to recover it cleanly.
I think that they won't be recovering though. Is all this utility that they just spent getting those players back up again. How many smoke launchers do they still have left? Bexy finds Tizzy again. Under mad pressure at the moment between two separate squads, both looking towards them. Just have to hold on for the time being. Stop peeking, honestly, but I feel like they realize they need to keep these teams on the outside at bay. Arena, though, down in the blink of an eye versus Tiamba. Another team on Smash ruling out, and Tiamba survives as 4. Eagle inside. As always, the lurker looking to play medic for the rest of the squad here.
He might be the Eagle, but there is vultures swarming the skies around him. Other teams realizing there's been a lot of damage done here. It's a risky pickup with the position he's in. Luckily, he's got some cover from the vehicles to try and save his mates. That's Aura, though. With Jiggle getting one of them confirmed off the back of the damage that was done. So they do go down to at best a 3-man squad post this pickup.
A lot of teams need to move. A lot of teams that actually fully confirmed though towards Milta now feeling a little bad about this one, which is exactly what you see. Aurora playing on the stage down towards the south side, and Nongshim not fully moving in. So 4 Thrives, they've got to extricate themselves. Flash have also got to pull themselves out of this one. S2G a little bit safer where they play around the warehouses and they can move up over towards that top side, move playing over towards Toll Booth later. But it's Aura right now who actually own the majority of the space on the northern edge. 4 Thrives opening up over towards Aurora as they move.
Take some of the heat off. Force attention turned back onto 4 Thrives from Aurora. Vitality have just been really running interference from this angle as well. If there's a peek up from Hyunbin, they're harassing with shots. If they can get LOS back over onto the coast of Aurora, it's punishing as well.
For Nongshim Red Force, they know the shots came from Vitality earlier, so this is sort of the scene they need to deal with first. The one thing I really worry about for Nongshim, though, is how exposed the vehicles have been this entire time. You got to imagine that wheels are blown out, if not vehicles fully exploded. They do have to move further in towards the circle, likely will be on foot, unless they can find some kind of vehicle in the near future. Vitality's going to go for a mad rotate over towards the northwest side. They hear the fighting, they know the galaxy down. This is a good opportunity to go for. Vexy helping from the back lines. Really like this push from Vitality.
Ralph's on an island. Last man left alive and not breathing for much longer as Razak will find that adjustment back onto Enigma, so they go down. Vexy's been good as well at providing some overwatch for this squad. Showing up when they needed him. Fury are on the move close by, shots from either side, so a lot of information garnered towards them. They advance further. Silence and Co pushing up with the vehicles. Is Tiamba in the distance, nades being thrown onto Vitality, a backline potential. Igor goes in, big sprays, assisted by Silence. 4 Thrives taking some damage as well, the pepper back onto them.
Fury's going to move in on this, like you say. Igor's already on that front line. The rest of the team all stood alongside him now. And Vitality find themselves in a very horrendous position. Nades from Tiamba going a little bit wide here, trying to angle these through the smoke. That one should be on target. Easy cleanup. Tiamba grab themselves 10, 11 eliminations on this match so far. Much more reminiscent of the past, and Milu's already on 4.
Furia playing with that confidence and aggression. We know they've got this. 4 Thrives buckle under the pressure.
Aurora S2G पे chance
Furia shutting them down in the close range combat. And Nongshim, after turtling for so long, finally knowing Vitality had been taken out of the picture, they can make a move. They're just wrapping around to where Aurora were.
Interesting, trying to get rid of Aurora, actually. Only one player here in Reefers, potentially they've noticed that. There's actually a massive amount of space on this western side that they could clear. Tiamba's a 3-man, Furia's down to 2. Circle moves up that.
Ooh, deep nades.
Zone मुश्किल है.
Reefers casting that one out. Back nades as he advances to try and create a little bit of space between the teams. Distant shots coming in from Tiamba. He's got to hit the depth, but that's not the only squad you got to worry about. Lost from S2G, gets a sight line, and goodbye Reefers.
Sorry, NS से गाड़ी लेके जाती है ना तो बच जाएगी.
Flashbacks to last
ऐसा
game
output नहीं तो मरेगी.
There is a massive capability of moving west on this one for Nongshim and clearing up towards that north side, having all that space. You'd
अगर वो मिलता घुसती तो इनका डैडी
the amount of teams that moved into Milta.
मिलता नहीं जाना है इनको. Left से निकल के तो बच जाएगी.
Into danger here, where there is so much more room to play on the northwest side. Guys, you don't need elims. You need a chicken.
And they might get barbecued.
यहाँ पे तो मरेंगे bro. कोई chance ही नहीं.
Joel was cooking the
zone बनेगा ही नहीं.
I see why so paranoid about the peak from the top side with Tiamba. And with Furia not needing to force the issue amongst them, they've got a crystal clear line of sight down onto the rotate path for Nongshim. It's so uncomfortable.
Come back, lads. Just come back off this angle. We don't need to play it
anymore. Trap NS पूरी trap हो रही.
You can wrap back over towards. So easy. 2 down. What is this? It just...
NS ने blunder मार दिया bro पूरा.
Little sense. I mean, they'd set themselves up wonderfully the entire time for this western exit. And as soon as the circle moves away from Milta, what do we do? Push into Milta?
The panic's there. Paralysis by analysis. The zone takes away one of the members, and we're down to just the duo. Aurora caught on their exit as Lost will be able to continue playing powerfully off this angle. XZY thankfully given a few moments of respite as he runs to try and find any cover at all.
Kamikaze from S2G, we talked from the start of the game. They have just about hit that 122 now. So they have hit that smash ruling going towards that next match.
S2G ने भी मार दिया, smash point 8 मार दिया.
Another team steps up to the plate. They've done enough here, even if they go down. Looking to take down Ida regardless. Hams, ooh, what a shot! Reaction coming through clutch there, but Kamikaze, as always,
मार दिया रे S2G ने मार दिया.
Standing straight.
S2G भी आ गई smash roll के
keeping
लिए.
S2G in a position to
Smash roll
recover
यानी उनको
from
chicken
this
चाहिए,
quick
chicken चाहिए. ऐसे नहीं
reactions
होगा.
from Ida. But a
अगली
shutdown
game chicken
play
चाहिए, ये game नहीं.
that will let S2G fight on for another day. Flash though getting eaten alive by Hora. Wrapping down the ridge, the nades bouncing in. Tops is down. And Kamikaze scanning to see what more points they can steal.
Hora on for a big game here actually, Jackie.
S2G ने comeback कर दिया रे
They
पूरा.
push themselves further in the rankings, only 2 eliminations so far, but so much more to grab here as most teams are bruised and bleeding coming into these final zones. Tiamba also having a good time of it.
मार दी.
Nades going over the top here from Nongshim Red Force rolling down, and we are directly on top of Toll Booth now.
कहाँ खेल रहे ये लोग open?
That's okay falling. XZY getting the tags
कैसा
off.
open खेल रहा है NS का बंदा road पे.
Pressure the entire time. It's not clean. It's awkward.
Not even a helmet on so easy here anymore.
Mate, you're playing with a bare minimum. Concessions had to be made, but a nade could be coming their way. Lost with 2 left in the back pocket. The first one thrown in looks good for the bounce. Oh, see ya.
Double bouncer. XZY is down. Comes to the end of his line there. Nongshim is floundering at the moment. Confusing moves. Winnow from the back lines will get the backstab, but immediately spotted out by Lost here. S2G absolutely have done enough, but they're looking to push further into this game, as is so easy.
They're trying to send a message with this one.
It's
not just about what they needed to get into Smash. They want to prove that they can be the big dogs in the lobby.
Bro.
Response back.
तो क्या NS का solo बंदा chicken मार दी.
Eating the nade from Hora as Hora are lighting up the sky. Explosion after explosion on top of the Turkish team. They are stuck on the ridge and cannot advance. Backline attack from Tiamba from way over the other side. And Tiamba keeping the pressure on. Trying to get that pick up in. Lost with limited space to play off. In comes the nade. Oh! Sky makes it work and S2G go down.
S2G blown sky high behind the tree.
Yes, solo banda, Tiamba, Hora, Demon.
Hora on the northeast side. So easy. With barely a hope in this match.
Bro!
Still hanging on. Furia dashed by the roadside, leaving just Hora, Tiamba, Nongshim Red Force in this endgame. For Nongshim, the best thing about this is that even if there isn't a smash win, this is keeping them contention for the top spot, at least.
It's going to be big for the placements. And is there a chance of some sheer shenanigans from So Easy? He's crossing his fingers, mate. But you've got a hard task ahead of you.
This guy's has to have him here. Just the peeks over a little bit.
Bro,
So Easy trying to hide his face behind the barriers, the pylons, behind this railing.
ऊपर चढ़ के बैठी है, Hora को आने दे दे, तो ठीक है वरना.
God, he has to do something though. Oh, they've smoked him.
Smoke में बैठ गया वो.
Hang on a minute.
Cheers, lads. I really needed that.
He's tucked in behind it. There's no real angle from the backside as well from Tiamba, so it just depends. I mean, if Hora go for the hard force over...
This is mad.
Yeah, this could get cheeky quite quickly. Sleepy would have burned down as well. The vehicle... Oh, it's all going wrong! So Easy on the peacock, good for one. And Tiamba assisting with the shots from the top. He's going to try first on these as well.
Hora on the assist. With an unreal smoke. Mollies go in, nades go wide, and he's out. Tiamba will clean up.
Nonchalant gonna blot out the sun on that one. Surprise plays, but it's not gonna happen now. And Horror solo remains with the advancement of Tiamba. The nade goes over. Sky got a backpedal. Runs back to whatever cover he can find. Can he trust in his source on this one? Holding the peak, ready for the shots. Eagle gets knocked out of the Sky. QZZ with a reposition as Sky advances forward with a shotgun in his hand. Nade being cooked by Milu, and this man don't miss.
Bam!
Good damage. QZZ falls over the second, and Tiamba is back.
Tiamba ke kitne kill chicken hai bhai?
What a fantastic game. The three-man inside just felt like these guys needed a little bit of confidence. And the match reinvigorates whatever light died out in Milu on day 2. It is back on now and it is blaring.
They started that game as they meant to proceed. The aggression was there. The despicable nade plays from Milu that always give you that gut-wrenching feeling of how does he do it. Continued from start to finish, the shots are on point, and a pathway begins to present itself.
He's got to be mad at themselves though. Smoking up so easy.
The smoke into the tire
pump.
Oh, but they really did careen off course there. Looked so good up until that point, covering their angles, clearing their spots out.
W's by Tiamba chicken mare. 3-man chicken mare
inhone. Seen his face in that moment. Pure shock. He's like, is that the nade moved away from me? He's like, wait, actually,
that's the smoke. I can pass that.
Nice. That's great. I didn't have one of those before, you know.
No utility left, but they gave him what to be nice, and then Tiamba with the perfect timed nades.
Man. So good. There was a small part of me that thought that So Easy was going to clutch up. Small part of me. But I am glad it was Tiamba.
Oh, yeah. Tiny percentage, but it started to get a little bit bigger. But hey, a Tiamba win is a very exciting prospect. Such a fun team to watch, Blank. Bringing the heat in finals.
They're just a fast-paced team.
It's
just a little bit of that sluggish gameplay where they weren't quite able to make those plays, and they've been desperately banging on that door, but it's just been not going down. And I think Milu right there just put a foot through it. So it looks good. It looks way better now. They're pulling off those maneuvers too. So yeah, great work to Tiamba. Really, really happy to see it. And it was, I think for me, it was fantastic to see these guys happy. Yeah. I think that was my favorite thing about that win.
It's nice to see him smiling, nice to see the success story of how they're playing. And mate, you're right. I think if there was a door there, Milu not only kicked it down, he just destroyed the entire house.
He's just a whirlwind.
Yeah. Came through, blowing everyone away. And mate, I'd love to see that. I hope that continues.
I hope it does continue as well. For Tiamba, it's not over yet. We haven't rung the bell. They might have been uppercutted, but they have got back up again. The count did not finish. It's scary, no? Going into these final matches, we've got 3 teams at match point right now. It's S2G, E-Arena, as well as Nongshim. Nongshim's been making some crazy decisions. E-Arena, sadly, on the other hand, have just not been able to eke out those performances so far. It's felt a little bit timid from that team. S2G, though, I think this is a worrisome squad to have in that top 3 because they could just light it up at any moment now. Unless the pressure gets to him, which is quite a few
Arena, right? Where it feels like you had some flash in the pan moments, but now it's come to, you just got to follow through. It's not happening. Whereas S2G, we know they can strive for greatness. It feels like championship mentality is going hand in hand with their aggression, the way they're approaching these lobbies. All it takes, one big game.
Top 10 ke andar aa jao, top 7 aa jao, top 8 aa jao.
Right there. But stay tuned for that. We'll find out. The narrative continues. Do not go anywhere.
एक लास्ट सीरेंगे ले फिर 2 मीरा मारे.
Human body was built to move. Not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved.
This is Secret
Titan Evo.
Ergonomically
engineered for you. gamers, hybrid workers, artists, backing your
मेरे को नहीं लग रहा है लास्ट गेम है ये मेरे को लग रहा है यार आज कि साला पॉइंट टेबल पे ही जीतेगा साला कोई चिकन मारने दे ही नहीं कैसा टारगेट कर रही है ब्रो जब पता चल रहा है कि भाई सामने वाली टीम स्मैश वाली है सीधा टारगेट कर रहे हैं ब्रो अपना गेम छोड़ के उसका गेम बिगाड़ रहे ताकि एक और मैच हो वैसा वाला सीन है इतना इजी नहीं है कि कोई स्मैश करके लेके जाए वो दिख गया आपने को ये 3 मैच में पता लग गया कि भाई स्मैश वाली टीम को बहुत जिंदा मार रही फुल टारगेट चल रहा है फिर खुलेआम दे रहे भाई जैसे अगर आपने देखा हो वो जो मिलता है कि वहाँ एनएस थी अरोरा को पता चला एनएस है वो खुद का गेम सेक्रीफाइस की पर एनएस को मार के गई वैसा हो रहा है सीधा टारगेट कर रहे था कि और 1-2 मैच मिले एंड उसके अंदर कुछ हो प्रोग्रेस हो टीम का एक गेम लॉस की तरह किल और चिकन 3 रिकॉल डालो 3 बैकअप प्लेयर डालो हो जाएगा कोई इशू नहीं हो जाएगा हेलो वो क्लासिक है और ये वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप है भाई डिफरेंस है जमीन और आसमान इतना डिफरेंस है काउंट कर लो जाके कितना डिफरेंस हुआ ये यहाँ पे मयूर भाई नहीं आते कि बॉट मार ली यहाँ पे टीटू नहीं आता कि तू आगे जाऊं पीछे भाई कबू इतना नहीं है भाई यहाँ पे इंडिया की फोटो वर्ल्ड की टॉप 16 टीम खेल रही मजाक थोड़ी है भाई
Do I believe they should have done it the first 2 games? A little bit.
And proud की बात ये है कि अपनी 2 टीम है इंडियन वहाँ पे.
One of the teams that can take a victory.
They definitely can take a victory. This is a team that has already gotten 3 wins in Erangel in the finals. When we're talking about S2G, if we're looking at some of the other teams looking to get to that smash zone, it's none other than
3 टीम हो गई smash वाली.
Aurora was going to be able to make it already. They're struggling a bit today, Max.
Yeah, a bit of a weird hold on Sonongsham Red Force in particular. Looking kind of weird. But by the way, I want to bring it back to S2G. They not only make it into the smash zone, they got a 9-point lead on top of E Arena, which if they do not get a smash, is going back to the OG rules, which is the most amount of points becomes the champion. So right now, S2G are loving it, but so are Tiamba, shattering dreams in this game, eliminating E Arena, eliminating the final player here at the very end.
Godlike को 1 मिला, OG को 0 मिला. ये गेम दोनों अपनी टीम्स के लिए खड़ा किया. अर्ली एग्जिट था ना अपना एकदम अर्ली. आते ही अपन मर गए थे.
We saw they're starting to struggle. They ended up the first Erangel with a big O.
आज रैंक पुश होगा, रैंक पुश किक पे होगा. अंकल से रेगुलर रात के स्ट्रीम चालू. क्योंकि अलाउड नहीं है. कल अपन ने किया था तो चिट्ठी आ गई थी कि भाई अलाउड नहीं है. तो ये स्ट्रीम जैसे ही एंड होगा 9:30 के करीब अपन किक पे लाइव आएंगे 6 घंटे की लिमिट खत्म करेंगे. तो मेक श्योर आप ज्वाइन करो.
Tiamba, I mean, honestly, the word that I would use for both Tiamba and Hora, they're feeling very intense. You don't want to go up against them. Look at those sprays, long range, through the smokes. There's no escaping this team.
What are those sprays from QZZ? Oh my god! That was crazy stuff going out from him. I mean, he was just lasering everyone through the smokes. Incredible stuff. But at the end, Hora, another solid finish. Right? Yes. Sure, maybe not chicken dinner, but it's a strong back-to-back. But so
आज उन 3 का चिकन ना है तो क्या होगा? तो जो सबसे ज़्यादा पॉइंट्स वाली टीम होगी वो जीतेगी.
He could third party it, but at the
जैसे नॉर्मल होते हैं तो स्मैश भूल जाओ. नॉर्मल की तरह
actually hoping that so easy was going to do. He was going to end up waiting a little bit longer, maybe use that smoke to his advantage. But Max, he didn't want to wait for that third-party option. He just wanted to take matters into their own hands. And it goes back to what we're saying with Namshim. It feels like they're being passive, but they're not quite sure when to be aggressive.
आगे भाई लोग एक और चीज मैं आपको बता दूं. किक पे 30 सितंबर तक है ना.
The mindset does change a little bit when you do have that chance of getting those chicken dinners. It is quite stressful for now. Not just 2 teams, but 3 teams. S2G are going to be joining their ranks, but of course S2G got 3 chicken dinners so far in the final, so they're looking like a team.
ये अनाउंसमेंट है कि किक पे 10 रॉयल पास के सॉरी 10 TAG की जर्सी का गिव अवे हो रहा है प्लस 40 रॉयल पास का भी। रॉयल पास या तो 500 रुपीज का गूगल प्ले कार्ड जो आपको चाहिए वो मिल जाएगा, तो पिक पे ज्वाइन कर लेना।
Solo, literally in the 1v4, and even then, he's popping off, but he's also getting a bit of assistance from the teams on the other side of the road, right? His particular Kamikaze's got a fantastic angle, and there, the backup. This is literally the play that gets them into the smash zone. Solke gonna be sending it forward. He's gonna be joined up then by Habsajij, an absolutely superhero style in the building, and they get 1, get 2, get 3, and the final player, and because of that, they get the 4-man reset and actually get enough points to enter the smash zone. What a hero save play of the day. They don't do that, they would still not be over that 122 point threshold.
Jersey limited है मेरे
पे. I think I missed that play. Thank you for that replay. Oh my goodness me.
So HamCG is just like crashing the wall. We are not going out.
They just send it. Absolutely send it. And that's what we want to see out of some teams. Being able to send it. E-Arena, one team that's truly also running into that struggle when we talk about teams struggling that are already in the smash zone lays for E-Arena.
That was Tiamba's fault. I don't know. Like, I have to bring it to Tiamba because obviously E-Arena, you know, they had a nice little path in there, but Tiamba were actually positioned in such a great spot that they were so annoying to every team. This is Aurora. This was obviously even helping S2G
Aurora भी बहुत close आ
They were able to sort of keep that area from E-Arena as well. And so it's unfortunate that we're seeing like E-Arena not being able to push into the position early enough because they are still sort of playing that edge.
They are going to be playing that edge, but right now they need to get that win if they want to be able to win via Smash Rule. They are one of those teams curling the Smash Zone. Keep in mind, E-Arena started off the day with 112 points. They have only gotten 11 points so far after 3 matches.
And 10 out of those 11 have been in Rondo. Because remember, they hit 122. That's where they were. In the last 2 games, they've gotten 1 point. What is happening to E-Arena? You're looking so strong.
Some of the other teams, right? I'm going to be looking at 4 Thrives Esports. This is a team, Max, that we thought was going to continue on that momentum. Remember, this is a team that usually is able to carry on momentum. They're still hesitant. They're still showing those things that we've been critiquing this whole PMWC at EWC 26, which is hesitance at times.
I was hoping they were not going to doubt themselves because they're not in the Smash Zone. Unlike what we saw in PMGO Season 1, where they were actually very stressed and Ulf almost were able to close a 50-point gap over the course of those 6 matches. But no 4 Thrives, a bit shaken here. Actually, one play that you highlighted is that 3-1 split, right? You had Huzaifa on his own, 3 players in the city. That was a bit of a head-scratcher, right?
Yeah.
He was by himself.
Huzaifa was by himself. I could see maybe what they're trying to do is hedge their bets.
यार अपने ये के मैच सजा था ना गॉड लाइक का 90s की लाइन
It's a shame that he actually when they actually wrapped around
90s की लाइन में
outside of the town as well.
First page में जाते सीधा.
Huzaifa ended up being taken out early. So that's a shame.
As I'm looking at the teams here, all the way up to 11th place, 92 points. These teams are getting closer and closer. They're kind of giving a bit of an advantage there since some of the teams towards the top are choking a little bit, are not being able to get that many points. For those teams on the second page, what that's going to be costing Neptura and Lays and Maxman, it's just going to be costing for all those teams to just get closer and closer. There's a lot of money at stake right now when we end up talking about some of these squads. Let's see what we have, some of the comments on social media as well.
दोनों भाई दोनों पास में.
And then you see what's
भाई बेटा भी भाईचारा साइड में रख के टीम को टॉप 9 में आ जाना चाहिए.
See that domination from 4 Thrives, right? Yeah. Let's see if they'll be able to deliver for their fans here at the arena. But for some of the other teams, right? We're now talking about let's
Johnny का भाई गलत. Johnny का भी नहीं होगा रे क्योंकि लाइन पे और ऊपर से बीमार है वो
from getting those points. The teams towards the top need to be able to find some kind of adjustment to that aggressiveness that we're seeing out of Hora.
Yeah, them, Tiamba also, Hora in particular, they have nothing to lose, right? They're like, okay, we have to go hard or go home today. We have to initiate that comeback and leave the second page, which with the last 2 games, one more wrangle coming up, right?
I guess 16वीं जो टीम है ना उसको भी 50-60 लाख रुपए मिल रहे
in the finals of PMWC. But
जितना नॉलेज है मेरे को उसके अराउंड मिल रही.
If they get a knock and a flush on a player this or E-Arena or Nongtron Red Force and maybe now also S2G, they just fully capitalize on it, and I love it. They really are one of the few teams that are delaying this tournament until the very end.
I mean, I sort of just want to bring your attention to Furia because they are still sort of in that 90 points there, and from that previous game, they were holding the western side. Obviously, Hora was sort of taking out the rest of S2G. They did nothing. They didn't even rotate and swing around where Hora was, which would have capitalized on elimination, so they're kind of not being as present as they usually are.
It could be ending here in this next match. My prediction was in 4 matches. matches. How many matches do you have, Natura?
4.
Max?
4.
Blaze?
I was hoping for 2, so mine's it.
Okay, yours is absolutely cooked. But let's see if it's going to be ending here in match number 4, or if we're just going to be getting a bunch more teams joining in this match zone.
Let's go, भाई लोग. जय माता दी. चौथा मैच.
About to find out. S2G joins the fray. Now 3
अब S2G, NS and EA तीनों स्मैश करके जीत सकते हैं. चिकन डिनर लिया, टूर्नामेंट खत्म. या फिर नीचे से कोई अलग टीम आए ऊपर. होपफुली भाई अपने इंडियन टीम पे चिकन आ जाए. जाते जाते यादगार चीज हो जाए.
Given how today started, getting 2 teams into that smash zone so early on, but that double Milter shift on both of our zones.
एक यादगार मेमोरी बन जाए अपनी.
I mean, for Nongshim, right? They're dropping around that area. They're getting pushed in around the bridge. It seemed like they didn't quite have the force to be able to push their way out, right? They're still earning a lot of points on these games, though. So if it does go the full distance, they may just be able to win it out like that.
That's what you got to do at the end of the day. Is you got to try to win this whole thing in as many different ways as possible. And that is going to be, you're going to smash, or you're going to end up with the most points on the leaderboards at the end of the day. And Nongshim Red Force with that double Milta circle, like you mentioned, is just putting in the work.
याद टेस्ट बन रहे थे बाकी सब याद कोई नहीं रखते. अरे भाई याद रखती.
So the focus is going to, I think, shift a little bit.
अगली बार जब कोई भी टीम जाएगी,
this could be the game where we
अपने इंडिया में तो रहेगा ना कि भाई अपने इंडिया से एक टीम गई थी, टॉप 8 में एंड करके आई है, टॉप 10 में एंड करके आई है. ये रहते. तो बस यही प्रे करो कि भाई दोनों में से कोई भी एक टीम टॉप 10, टॉप 8, टॉप 5 में एंट्री मार ले, तो अपने एक वो मेमोरी सेट हो जाएगा.
That will be the final bill. 3 teams, as you say before. Out of those 3, I feel like for my money, given today's games, I'm favoring either S2G or Nongshim Red Force. I feel like for me, E-Arena today has been solid, consistent, but not a game-winning team, and I need to see a little bit more from them.
Let's go, Jai Mata Di. Ganpati Bappa Moria, hopefully.
Confirm on that smash.
Eight chicken dinner.
We've seen them do some crazy stuff, right? They have broken records on their road here, and now they're in with a chance to take that title, give Schweppes his 3rd performance at a global level to get a global stage title with those 2 PMWI trophies already behind him.
Nice job.
So what? Hot stuff?
Yeah.
Cute?
Yes.
Cute?
Yes.
मैच है लड़ने वाली स्मैश.
This is the last Airgale of the tournament. Could this be the final match? That's the question we're about to find out as we're looking now at the plane. These players are locked, loaded, ready to go. And we got one going right down the middle here. In a nice diagonal coming from George all the way down to Novo.
Yeah, going to give a lot of access to everywhere on the map here. Shouldn't be too many hot drops. I know we've seen a couple of those certainly earlier on. I mean, in our first Erangel, we had that hot drop over near the Gatka Fields that was a little bit questionable. Godlike not super happy about that. The performances across the board. Ida and Tianba be unfolding here this time around. Nobody dropping straight to North George, maybe just grabbing some vehicles and heading there later. Orangutan sending Wizgod very far up north, isolated from the rest of the roster. Potentially, again, just grabbing a vehicle, going to break out and rejoin in a moment. As we take a look at our top players, though, it's a 3-way tie with Ulf, Nongshim Red Force, and Horror all having their representative on our highest elimination count. It's a mini circle.
Let's go. I saw some people pop up in the stands after seeing that zone shift. Here we are in military. All right. Aurora are going to be down there. Nongshim Red Force are going to be close to the circle as well. Man, oh man, Airgale doesn't disappoint here. Yeah, we had to just touch military just one more time, huh?
Hey, we got to do it. We got to do it to him.
Zone pura game kill gaya.
Could potentially have some fast rotates there. What we see
cross
as well from Nongshim Red Force is a lot of times where they've been able to transition very effectively over towards the military island. They've had 2 chicken dinners on 3 of their military island finishes, which is going to hopefully be something that they can repeat. That's what they're looking for here. So a big opportunity for Nongshim, who tends to go for the rotate. One player off of the shark, rotate down south, fairly early on circles like this, try and
Aurora
get a foothold
पे
on
पूरा
the north
chance है
side of the
chicken
island
मारने का.
and work from there. That's what they're going to be looking for. But if we've seen it, the other teams have seen it too.
NS
So
पे
is
Jelly
anyone
Bhai
going to
भी
try
है.
and
निकल
counter
लेंगे ये
that?
लोग भी.
Yeah, you know that these teams are prepared to their gills here. They know exactly what these teams are going to do. It's just how are they going to execute it? That's going to be the question.
ये आराम से लूट लाट के
If you
निकल
look at the
लेंगे.
leaderboards right now, there are some teams that could still definitely win this whole tournament further down.
चार टीम आ गई है ये
all
बार.
the way down
अलग
to
island पे.
Team Flash, Aura, Furia, right? In my mind, though, it's getting to the point to where if they're going to win this thing, it's going to be via Smash, right? And if they're going to Smash, they have this game, and they have one more game to get within that threshold, okay? So if you look at Flash with 92 points, that's still quite a few away to get to that 122, but they have to do it in these next two games because you have to hit that threshold and then win the next game.
Absolutely. I mean, from 12th down, I feel like it is pretty much done and dusted for the title.
लुला ने जो
Unfortunately,
जगह ली है भाई,
74 points,
सीधा टॉप पे
putting
चढ़
you
गए.
really, really far behind of that smash threshold. Unless everybody else in
यहाँ
the
से SOG को
entire lobby
damage दे
stops
सकती है,
earning
गोलियां
points,
तो
and
है
you
ही
just
नहीं.
keep going on a points victory, maybe. But still, I'm not too sure about that one. So for 12th down,
48. Yeah, that's 48.
I'm having a bad time thinking about
Hey,
their
hey,
prospects
अभी नहीं मार रहा था मेरे
moving
ख्याल
on
से.
forwards, which is unfortunate. But there are opportunities for the rest of the lobby to keep that ball rolling. As you say, Flash really very much on an outside chance. I feel like anyone below 7th place is in that same boat, right? Having a really, really tough time, and even in 7th, 6th, 5th,
टूर्नामेंट में ये सब अलाउड ही नहीं होता.
it's going to be really rough. It will necessitate a chicken dinner in this match.
Yep.
To go across.
ने भी
This is that
easy-
Nongshim Red Force rotate.
easy
Getting
cross
us to
कर
tune
दिया.
in with our teams in the Smash Zone. Nongshim Red Force now across to the military
दो
island.
smash वाली
S2G
team
went
already आ
very,
चुकी है.
very quickly, which makes me question how much loot they're going to have on board to try and hold this. Nongshim took a little bit longer to get across, which is going to give them some more power, some more backstop of utility of
ऐसे में
supplies.
break block
And
नहीं
Aurora,
करेगी,
of
ये
course,
जाएगी अपना
dropping,
kill ले.
over in that
Posey-
military
Posey
base.
के
They're
लिए
not in the
जाएगी.
Smash Zone just yet, but they are the team that is closest to it. Only 7 points behind right now. E-Arena, they're still in South George. It's very likely that they're going to take a long time to go for this rotate.
Yeah, super unlucky on the side of
ये
E-Arena.
लोग ना
They've
करें
had
break
to do the longest rotations in Erangel all day today, and I think that's why we've seen them not have as much success as normal. But this is a perfect zone for Nongshim, right? They're going to have the north side of military all to themselves. They know this side of the map like the back of their hand. Enigma Galaxy, in the meantime, starting to mix in a little bit with Ida, a team they're super familiar with as they battled with them in Pachinki at the start here of the finals.
I mean, it felt like, Ida were across the bridge a lot earlier than this.
मैच मतलब अभी देखो NS, S2G और EA इन तीनों में से किसने भी चिकन मारा टूर्नामेंट
pretty
खत्म.
much for free on that location is a great result for the squad. They are, of course, 22 points behind that Smash bubble, which they'll need to try and push past in the next, as you say, 2 matches.
Yep.
To break on in there. And now
लो
Oz could
SOG को
potentially
ये
try
भी
and
मिल गया,
roll
लूट भी
across the
मिल
bridge,
गया.
but they are going to roll into a much harder stopping block, I imagine, given that Ida have now kind of solidified out to the west side of that exit, and Enigma Galaxy hold the compound to the east side of the bridge.
I'm interested to see the kind of plays we're going to
S2G
see
level
from these teams,
3
especially
heavy
in that
loot सब है अभी इन पे.
lower part of the leaderboards, because you know they want to still win this. These still possible, but what kind of different play styles are we going to see? Like even Godlike with 74 points to make it possible. They need a 25-point game here and in the next one. So they'd have to go and just eliminate everybody, right? So I would want to see aggression no matter what from them. Team Flash with 92 points, right? They're going to be hunting down that 122. That's 30 points in the next 2 games. So 15 and 15, much more manageable, right? At the same time, that's a chicken dinner with 5 eliminations, so it's not going to come easy.
Hey, we're just going to see.
Sure.
We're just going to have to see what happens in this game. Because right now, 4 Thrives with their opportunity crashing into S2G with theirs as well. 1 step closer to the Smash Zone. 4 Thrives denied there as S2G put their first point on the board after gaining that Smash point in that last game and holding this South Edge. I mean, they're feeling all right. They're feeling all right. We're still waiting for Zone 2 to really decide where it's going to go.
Yeah.
I have this sort of bubbling feeling. And it is, what if we get a really hard north shift and we go back to the mainland? It's so unlikely, and it's not even really worth bringing up. But I just have that little feeling. I'm like,
दोनों टीम अभी देखो कहाँ पे.
my neck is with my spidey senses.
The John Allen tingle. is in effect here, folks. If we see that northern shift, oh boy, will this be one heck of a party here. Fortunate for 4 Thrives, they're on that most southern part of military, just thinking they can kind of get some of that loot. S2G finding one of the players isolated, just like that. Only player out of the lobby so far. Looking on over, there's still a lot of teams that are in the blue zone still. I mean, we got Irina still in South George, so they're going to be pushing in super late. Tianba's up there, Godlike's up there, Aura are still just crossing. Yes, Naya. So a lot of teams going to be very, very late on this rotate.
Little family outing for Vitality. Pop into the hovercraft, luggage in the boot. Getting that fuel back on board. Minimal vehicles though. Makes this south side for them a lot more difficult to navigate. I'm not too happy with the amount of mobility that they're going to have. They do need to potentially try and find some vehicles or steal some from another team, as our circle will be coming in fairly soon. Yeah, for Vitality, might be a foot-based approach for the future if that hovercraft draws the fire like we see it. The circle shifts out west. It does keep a lot of that military island in. It's got to push Al-Ula away from Novo, and the teams on the east bridge potentially going to have a little bit of a hurry up, but Al-Ula have that outpost over the west. The east bridge, it's going to be a fairly easy disagreement to settle, I imagine, for Flash and Orangutan. Not for either of the two teams, but it should be a fairly simple solution for whichever team comes out on top. At the moment, looks like Orangutan might have the better end of the stick because the res does need to come through.
Res needs to happen. Unfortunate for Al-Ula, they can't catch a break. You know they wanted that observatory position so bad. But they're at the bottom of the leaderboard. It's going to have to do it the hard way. Still on the north side of this island, we got OG battling it out with Team Flash. Pretty down on the leaderboards. Trying to soak up some points here, get some extra placements. Again, you know, Team Flash have a possibility to make a run of it. They need 15 points in this one and the next one to reach that smash zone, to try and smash in that final match. That's if we even get there. We could end this game here and now, folks. But you know what? Before it ends, you guys got to get in the game.
Yeah, 43 bandages.
Naruto Uzumaki skins right there. We got the Nine Tails Fury's AUG still available. Get it while you still can. Aurora, though, at 4th Thrive. This is a huge fight. They are battling it out over by these plain fields. Zol's going to have the angle there on T24. Throws the Molotov on him. He's going to have to move. The nade goes out to Zol. Picks him off a little bit. And now it's a battle. The util, he touched the molly. He touched it with the tiptoe and gets knocked. Another huge mistake here out of 4th Thrives.
Hey, 4th Thrives have so much momentum, but the pendulum swings back the other way. And Aurora now are another step closer. They put a second elimination point on the board. They are drawing inexorably towards that 122 metric. Now 5 points for them left to try and claim, to join for a potential smash in Miramar if we get that far, because remember, 3 teams can still win it. And we've seen 2 chicken dinners on Millie Circles coming from Nongshim, who have a 2-2 split on the north side of the island right now. Furia may look to try and challenge the northern point of this. And are Nongshim going to look to regroup over towards the northwest side of Millie? They will have to at some point decide which outpost they want to commit to. It may need another circle for them to do so.
Yeah, they're in a really great spot right now. The problem is that everyone's going to want it. And they are completely surrounded by squads. And I guarantee you, the second a team realizes Nongshim where they're at, they're going to full commit to them for sure to try and stop them. Irina, going to be coming in through the zone on the north side. Where's the shift going to go? If it goes to the bridge, oh, this is going to be straight chaotic.
It's going to go. It's going to go a little bit close to the bridge. Now Nongshim need to regroup. For my money, I think that southwest side might just be a little bit better for them. They're right next to Ida there. Fury are going to charge on in over the hills. Irina have yet to get across the zone as well to get towards that military island crossing. Godlike are going to contest them on it. This could be the make or break moment for Irina. If they can get across, they've got the backline of that coast to keep them a little bit safer, but they have to get there first and challenge off Ulf. Maybe Nigma Galaxy will join in that fray, but they have to get across.
Sandwich ho gaya, pura sandwich ho gaya.
It's going to be a tough one right now. I mean, there is so many different teams crowding these bridges, and on both sides, on the eastern and western bridge. You can see Nongshim though, they got those sandbags. They're going to be holding this hill. This is a great spot in this circle. They're going to have so many different sight lines. They can rotate away from it if necessary. They just got to watch out for the crash. These guys are set up for this one here. I'm not kidding. They are the biggest threat in this lobby right now.
It's crazy. Nongshim in a command point in this circle with the chance to smash this away. Put another military victory under their belt as well would be incredible. What a way to close it down. But they have got a long way to go. We're only 12.5 minutes into this game.
Versus Godlike.
And there's going to be at least 15 more of them ticking away every second. A drop of sweat beading on their foreheads of one of our players.
There's Godlike keeping an eye on Irina. Oh, it looks like we did get a huge knock. That's XZY.
Okay, that's resible.
Yeah, that is resible, so you should be able to get safe. Yeah, okay, so Nongshim gonna keep their player up here.
Okay.
Remember, they don't know who it is until it's flushed, so they still don't have a clue it's Nongshim just yet.
We'll be able to get that healing done. Unlikely that there's any full crashes onto this Nongshim position. Crash would need to come from the north side at the moment, and Furia, Alola, generally not going to have the greatest of times getting across whilst each other are still there. Not to mention Enigma Galaxy pushing in from that north side as well. So, I feel like for the next circle 2, maybe, Nongshim Red Force is going to be very, very safe and secure in this position in a central spot. I'm also looking at S2G on the southwest side. No one really contesting them. Of course, you do still have Fulak from 4 Thrives, the last player to stay alive, who could potentially find a backstop position, find an off-angle, a cheeky little snake in the grass play. But for S2G on the southwest side, I think they have a good run
now. The question is how are they going to handle these fights? Do they take some of the fights early on like they normally would? Maybe not, because it's going to give away their position, and a lot of attention is going to be laser focused on them. A Southern S2G have the high ground.
Now this is really important. S2G have the high ground. It's really good for them, but Nongshim's decisions in the next minute or 2 are going to be pretty make or break. The teams on the northeast side will have to figure out who's going to take a crack at it. I feel like Nongshim can kind of stay here for a little bit longer. They have to be able to hold out as the crossing on the bridge starts to unfold. We've got 4 teams behind the queue, and actually Irina sweeping in to try and play behind this. They think, oh, surely the eastern bridge is going to be empty. Think again.
Nope, there are a whole bunch of teams holding on this eastern bridge. Looks like a bunch of squads, and IGL's had the same idea. And this is stage 4. The blue zone is really going to start chunking them here. They cannot afford to be holding here for so long. And for Team Flash, this is their chance to disrupt E-Arena.
A real big chance. E-Arena have stumbled at every block since that first match that saw them into the smash zone.
अरे क्या हुआ ये?
And they are being denied access. So many players sit in front of them. You've even got Eagle behind in Milta for Tianba to try and make that one happen. So a really, really desperate scenario now for E-Arena, whilst the 2 teams that sit with them in the smash zone are laughing, and there goes Schweppes.
There goes Schweppes.
Unresable now, stage 4.
And now WizGod is going to be looking to get that thirst. Soak up their points. They know it's E-Arena here. Oh, the pan shot.
Okay.
Woo! He said, okay, let me go ahead and get back to this side. Mormon desperate at this point. He's going to be full sending it across this bridge to try and survive. The blue zone chunking him down. And the crowd, you can hear them chanting. I can hear the S2G chants already. They know this looks really good, but can they finish it out?
God, this east side concluding, and we didn't really catch it on camera, but Furia went up towards Enigma Galaxy to take that fight on the northern side. They were able to take a player down and not lose any themselves, but again, that leaves no challengers from the east towards that Nongshim high ground position in those sandbag spots. Everybody from the east side is going to be coming into this zone raggedy. Run through. As E-Arena do manage to get across the bridge, but at the cost of Schweppes.
Yeah, at the cost of Schweppes and a whole bunch of utility as well. They're going to be going through almost all their meds here just to try and survive. And then they're going to have to get lucky into this circle. They're going to have to hope to catch a third party, something. If they do get that third party, though, and win that fight, this could be dangerous. Let's see how this works out. Now we're going to look at Yudia getting mighty close to Team Flash. That nade just a little bit too far from Bose.
Fulak's still going. He's taking shots over on the northwest side, over at Godlike. Don't think he's going to manage to push through with complete ease, but it's a good start. has the blue zone at his back. Bose for Team Flash. Remember, they were the team that was holding out that East Bridge. They alleviated that pressure, and now they might try and turn their attention to our tabletop as Nongshim Red Force in their bunker spot.
ये जोन आ गई भाई मेरे को लगा तो फाउ हुआ इनका
dicey for everybody on this east side. They have to push past such a difficult, impregnable position.
Hey, they found a spot though, right? Arena was able to find a little bit of space here and possibly some eliminations as WizGod is trying to drive by. He thought this was open. No, it's not. WizGod almost on fire. And now getting taken out by Alula.
All right, okay. Well, that was a crazy dash out of the open through the melee position. A team that we haven't talked about in a while is Aurora, who sit as a blocker to Alula. And remember, they are a team chasing towards that smash zone. And they find a spot on towards Mormon as well, a knock over to Arena, and they are now down another player. Vitality pick up that flush. So Aurora denied the point, which could be pretty crucial if they do not make it into the smash zone here. But with Aurora in the building, on the south side of this zone, away from Nongshim.
Yeah.
That could be devastating for Aurora if they don't make it all the way.
Aurora looking dangerous, though. They're actually going to be fighting out with Arena. That's a big one, a big fight about to take off as they're waiting for this next circle. This is still stage 5, but military zones are just so dangerous. Aurora are going to have this beautiful compound for now, so they don't have to move. Right now, they're just keeping eyes on Alula, trying to get a few more eliminations. They know they're that close.
सब लोग वेट कर रहे हैं मैच खत्म होने के बाद मैं बताता हूं 100 RP giveaway 10 jersey giveaway.
Goodness me, I feel like the most important decision here is Nongshim's rotate. The question is when. What do you need to have in place before you go for it? And I feel like this is one of them. Clearing out the back, Team Flash, as soon as they roll out, they're going to get hounded down. So the ability to clear that out is brilliant. And then where to go from there? Maybe try and crash towards the arena, but we'll see what they can find in the fight. As they roll up for a second rundown. So easy goes low, but he's still got a little bit more bite behind him. And he snaps back. Flash do go down, and no knock sent, but here come MgC. They're straight into the fight. Oh, 1, 2, go down. There they go. What on earth was that? MgC with the target. Surgical precision strike. Take down the
target kiya proper.
Denied.
Out of here! MgC heard that fight. They knew who was on top of the hill, and they said, you know what? We want a piece of that, baby. And they got the whole thing. Nongshim Red Force are out. S2G, Arena still alive. As MgC in just one fail swoop could have saved this tournament, and we could see another match.
My goodness me, but S2G with that opportunity now on the southwest side of the circle. Have to get a little bit closer to it. They've still got the Madman Falak to deal with, though, in the foothills of their position. And Lost is rolling up to it. There's a nade cooking, so have to be careful. Feel like they should know there's someone in the shack. They should know. As the nades are flying, Godlike and launching forwards. Kamikaze will certainly know about it now. Godlike wants to challenge on this hillside, the southwest side, getting hotter and hotter. Okay, it's the Lone Ranger. On horseback, charging into battle.
1 horsepower, man. He's on the move. Can he survive? He hops. Jumps out for a little bit longer and survives.
Hey, he's got that big iron on his hip. He's ready for the fight. Godlike trying to take it down. You're going to have to do better than that. One more under the belt for Falak. But he goes down for long-range third party. And the circle goes south too. Over to S2G. For Turkey,
S2G का तो zone भी है.
These shots, they have the inside track. It is about conversion now.
And the whole lobby needs to understand who is the greatest threat in this lobby. It's S2G. They're alive. They have the high ground. They have the ammunition. They could end this tournament right here, right now. A lot of fights happening on the other side of things, though, and that's going to be chaotic on the side that S2G are starting to spread their wings. They're taking so much real estate in this circle, looking to get the chicken.
They did make it up to first place overall, and down go Arena, so now guaranteed the only team to make it across. To be in with a chance, with a smash victory on this game, on this final angle, is S2G. but Aurora could change that tune. They are 2 points away from the smash zone. One more team goes down, they are in, and on the north side, it makes it happen. Aurora will trade the top 3 in the smash zone if we go to another match.
Oh, and you can see Zol, he knows it. He knows exactly where this S2G squad is. He spotted him. Did he spot Hansuji though in the grass, waiting to make a play? Zol getting mighty close here. Oh, Hansuji does stand up. The fight waiting to happen. This could be the fight to decide this tournament.
Whichever
team owns this one, they're going to control this entire side of the map.
There are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The only way for Aurora to keep this one going for a chance at their own victory, their own table-topping performance, is to take down S2G, who sits atop the mountain, presiding over the military finish. Nongshim Red Force swept aside with a targeted strike from Nigma Galaxy. E-Arena struggling, clawing their way towards the circle, finally fell apart at the seams and could not go the distance, but S2G have their chance.
They got it. You can see Kamikaze spreading out, rocking a 3-1 split on the side of S2G. Team Vitality, another squad that could be dangerous. They're focusing on the wrong team though. They're looking towards Aurora. All of their efforts need to be going towards S2G. If Vitality fight Aurora, that's a perfect opportunity for S2G to third party this and take this tournament.
Where do Vitality go? Where do they go to try and make the most of this match, right? It is towards Aurora. You can't sweep West. Furious still have some snakes in the grass, and Kamikaze's reinforcing that position. I feel like Vitality might just be giving this one over to S2G.
You gotta realize, Vitality, it's either go anywhere else or go home right now. If they battle this out, it's gonna give S2G a massive advantage here in this game, as these are the 2 squads with a full team still alive in this tournament.
We need to put the aura in Aurora right now. They need to look big, play big, score big, get into the smash zone. Because they are the only team really in the driving seat. The circle takes the backstop position out for S2G. Vitality are just gonna have to cross, but S2G might take shots at them as well. On this approach, up to the ridgeline, the fight is teetering. We are on a knife's edge.
Here we go. We can hear the crowd chanting S2G because they know they have the high ground. They do lose that building though, so that backstop there by Soul K. He's gonna have to jump on down, and look at this position. This is all about fight timing. If Aurora and Vitality battle each other out, S2G should have this one in the bag. And top is looking in Vitality's direction.
Okay. We'll see if this suppressive force can go. I mean, Vitality's approach is not easy, even if S2G aren't peeking all the way down. There is still angles that they can take over towards Vitality. And they may actually opt to stay on the top of this ridge.
You could feel the tension in the air. You can cut it with a knife. This could be the end of the tournament. We're watching the last game if S2G take this one. Furia. Don't count them out either. They have 2 players up, but they could definitely disrupt this entire fight.
Down the line.
Here we go. One more zone shift. One more zone shift to decide who's going to have the advantage. And if S2G are going to be able to take it. Chief driving him. He gets knocked out. Now it's only
There was also a knock over towards a Vitality player coming through from Aurora, who are pushing up to the ridge, but leaving top out to deal with Vitality's position. It's so suppressed. Oh, the links coming into play, and there's a knock over towards top. S2G find the back line. That's not going to be resable. 3 players now for Aurora, with their chance to take it all away, but S2G, with only 2 limbs, they don't need any more than that. All they need is the win. And with 3 teams beneath them, look how important Aurora think this res is. Top desperately calling for assistance. It's needed, and Kamikaze rolls out to try and suppress it, but no, lost back behind the tree.
Zol with the critical shot.
Okay.
Change हो रहा है.
त्राया स्कैम है. 2 महीने यूज किया, मेरा हेयर फॉल और बढ़ गया.
पुराने बाल जाएंगे, तभी तो नए हेल्दी बाल आएंगे. त्राया से रिजल्ट्स दिखने में मिनिमम 5 महीने लगते हैं, क्योंकि हम ऊपर से बाल नहीं लाते। त्राया आपके हेयर लॉस का कारण ढूंढता है और फिर उसे मैनेज करता है।
तो अगर आप पेशेंस और कंसिस्टेंसी से त्रया यूज करोगे तो आएंगे बाल, और बाल जाने में टाइम लगा तो वापस आने में भी लगेगा ना।
ट्राया ऐप पे अपना हेयर टेस्ट लो, अपना 1 मंथ किट ऑर्डर करो और 5 महीने में रिजल्ट्स देखो।
आपका ट्रेड आपका प्रॉफिट, इसीलिए ग्रो पर ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट बिल्कुल फ्री है विद 0 अकाउंट मेंटेनेंस चार्जेस एंड जस्ट 20 रुपीज ब्रोकरेज ऑन योर F&O ट्रेड। डाउनलोड ग्रो टुडे एंड स्टार्ट सेविंग ऑन एवरी ट्रेड।
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.
Right there. They had that game in the palm of their hand.
W's कर दो अरोरा के लिए, but
the dust of their defeat.
Bro, throw कर दिया.
And they are going to feel so bad about that one. Oh,
they had the high ground.
Bro, मुंह से चिकन छीना है.
Aurora with the charge through. It felt like the knocks were there. Everything was lining up. But they built that house on foundations of sand. And they have to go again. And this time, there's a 4th player in the ring.
Oh my goodness. It's games like that that are matches of nightmares. Those are the ones that stick with you, that you remember.
पूरा थ्रो हो गया रे एसटीडी का मैच, जबकि उनके हाथ में था.
This direction made this one little move. We could have won it right there and there.
Dog the game changer, भाई.
We still have 2 more matches left to go. But like you mentioned,
Absolute cinema रो रहे हैं वो, अरे आना भाई.
Up to the top as they take this
क्या
one
change
at the
हुआ है
last
game?
second.
I mean, what a finish coming through. Kamikaze nearly getting this elimination onto Reefus as well. You could see how low Reefus got. Yeah, those nades got clean in him up as well. Aurora, fantastic play. They drop military, they stay military, they win military. That is how you want to close down Erangel. And what a sigh of relief for Nongshim and for E-Arena, who have another crack at this Smash victory.
Bro, one of the best match मैंने witness किया है. सच बताओ, one of the best.
Fudia put some good points there towards the end. Nigma Galaxy, honestly, Nigma Galaxy pushing, taking out Nongshim right there.
Crazy.
That was crazy. And I think all of these teams need to give Nigma Galaxy a little pat on the back, say, hey, thank you for that one, because that was dangerous.
Absolutely, dap them up. We are going to be heading out for a few, but make sure you don't go anywhere because there are crucial games left to play. Let's see what we got for you.
2 मैच और है.
We were there.
2 मैच और है, बाप रे बाप. तो हाँ देखो, ये जो रॉयल पास का था, ये मैं बता देता हूँ. ये गिव अवे यूट्यूब पे नहीं है, ये गिव अवे हो रहा है किक पे. 30 सितंबर को जो किक पे सबसे ज्यादा जिसके पॉइंट्स होंगे उनको 100 रॉयल पास मिलेगा एंड 10 TAG की जर्सी, वो भी साइन. तो ये गिव अवे पूरा किक पे है, मैं ये बता दूं, तो आप लोग कंफ्यूज मत हो जाना. जो अभी किक पे वॉच पार्टी चल रही है BGMS, तो वो BGMS की वॉच पार्टी के थ्रू आप लोग स्ट्रीम देखो, एंजॉय करो. एंड अगर आप ज्यादा स्ट्रीम देखोगे तो आपके पॉइंट्स ज्यादा बढ़ते जाएंगे. एंड टॉप 100 लोगों को रॉयल पास मिलेगा या तो 500 रुपीज का कूपन कोड, एंड टॉप 10 को TAG की जर्सी, वो भी साइन. तो या ये है, पहले 40 था, अभी खुश भाई ने एड ऑन करके उसको 100 कर दिया है. चलो बाकी अभी अपन यहाँ पे एंजॉय करते हैं. तो W's कर दो खुश भाई के लिए, W's कर दो अरोरा के लिए भी.
It couldn't get any better.
सारा मेरे को लगा था एंड है ब्रो.
Has arrived in that smash zone. It's none other than the silent killers of Aurora Gaming, because this squad, we have said it over and over again. If you give them a chance, they will take it. This squad has been through everything. They have had multiple global MVPs. The only thing that's missing right now, Max, is that trophy. And now that they're here, everybody that was in that Smash Zone, you better watch out.
Doc, I'm sorry. I was doubting you this tournament. He woke up and he chose violence that game. Oh my goodness, Vitality, S2G, it does not matter. He was chasing you down. And because of that, Aurora make it right into the Smash and can be competing for that trophy.
Can't they just? And guess what? We are looking at the final few matches here. We are going to be going into Miramar. Aurora do very well on Miramar. 9 times out of 10, they are big fragging, big winning. Cannot wait for this next one coming up because Aurora are in. They just might do it.
Yeah, and the position that they were
अब
in,
यहाँ से Aurora के लेके
that
जाती है.
zone of the hill,
तो मान
they have
जाना भाई,
Vitality to
team
worry
है.
about. One player from Furia, and obviously, you know, you look at S2G sitting on the height. Lost, moving out of position there, and obviously Aurora catching them off. You can just see the dominance that this team has when they're under pressure.
15 eliminations out of this squad, 25 points total. And Haju said this too, and we gotta make sure we double it up too, because Enigma Galaxy, everybody that wanted to go one more game,
Aurora
thank you,
25
Enigma Galaxy, because
बाप
you decided to just full on crash it to Noxium Red Force.
Wednesday domination
Red Force, the fight begins on Crate Hill. They fully third party it. What a great re-engage from them.
Something we need to keep a close eye on is this right here. When you're not able to close it out, and it's something that you brought up earlier too, Lace. Sometimes in a battle royale, in PUBG Mobile Esports, you only get one chance to win it via Smash Roll. If you're not able to close it out, you start overthinking yourself. You start seeing what those players are currently doing, which is just putting themselves down and starting to doubt stuff in their head too.
I mean, we've seen it with the arena. Now, obviously, S2G, they had such a powerful position from the get-go. They were moving their rotation so well with each and every zone close. The height on the hill here, but like I said before, the position from Lost, sort of moving over this top side of the hill, unfortunately was caught out by Aurora looking down. So
पूरा डॉग ने चेंज कर दिया. ये स्प्रे ने पूरा चेंज कर
on
दिया.
their face from this, and they just knew from that moment they messed up, Max.
Oh, the Doc and Reefus wombo combo. Like, that is what you want to see
वो
as
स्प्रे
an
ने
Aurora
पूरा
fan.
हड़बड़ा
That
दिया
is
and
such a
Reefus
good
ने ऐसे
execution.
खेल
And really,
लिया.
the push from S2G, I would say, was not even a bad idea. But the thing is, they had so many angles on the side of Aurora. No tree, no rock was going to be enough cover to keep you alive in the very end. Kamikaze, of course, trying to keep the dream alive, but Aurora were just way stronger at the end. And Aurora now making the jump up, man. A 4-man race, we don't see very often on the global stage, but any of those 4 teams could still now be crowned your champions.
They can be crowned their champions, and we do have 2 games left if it doesn't finish here in a Smash, with the Smash format in this next match, which means that some other teams could still end up pushing out. We got a chance to see earlier that Smash race graphic. You can see Fourth Thrives is still, even though Fourth Thrives hasn't really been performing that well, awful day after that rondo, they could still find themselves a way up towards that Smash zone. But when it comes to Aurora, when it comes to that fight with S2G, I kind of want to rewind a little bit to that. Because I was thinking maybe S2G took a little bit too long to try to get even more angles and spread out even more.
Hello?
I'm not sure. I thought that S2G played it well enough. I thought that they had enough angles, that they were timing it very well. The problem was Lost getting knocked. For Aurora, that is like smelling blood in the water, and it just activates immediately. Like, once they get that knock, Aurora are all over it. Full push, full send, complete synergy. They like, right, we have a target, we know what we're doing now. So for me, I think it's less S2G and more Aurora.
Yeah, they were in great positions. I absolutely agree to you. And Aurora were moving to the rotation on Vitality. If they were just to wait another moment, it would have opened up an even better position for them. But obviously, you know, like Max says, they were sort of making that push. It wasn't the worst decision, it was the timing decision that put them out.
With that overall now,
I'm back, man, I'm back. Bro, competition top 4 in गई है. है ही नहीं, बाकी कोई है ही नहीं.
140 points apiece. Nongshan Red Force does have 3 chicken dinners, Aurora with 2 here. And as we're looking at this overall ranking,
top 4 टीम का competition है.
see the top teams for
नीचे की फिर लड़ो, आपस में लड़ो.
Nongshan there, and as well as E-Arena. This could be the turnaround for E-Arena.
I mean, especially
नीचे की टीम आपस में लड़ेगी, ऊपर की top 4 में से कोई एक लेके जा रहा.
Was it the Nongshan Red Force won on and got the smash?
Was that game 6?
That was game 6, and it was what battleground was?
I think it's a Miramar.
I think it was a Miramar. Exactly. Thank you very much for confirming my suspicion, Nitra, because
क्या मैचेस चल रही?
it's Nongshan Red Force o'clock.
Top 8 तक chances है. नहीं है रे अभी. फिर ऐसा होगा कि देखो 5 से लेके 8 तक ये गेम चिकन मारो. अगले गेम में बैक टू बैक 2 चिकन मारने. तब जाके हो पाएगा, वरना नहीं. बहुत मुश्किल है भाई, बैक टू बैक 2 चिकन नहीं मारने देगा, कोई नहीं मारने देगा ये लॉबी. नहीं मारने देगा, कोई चांस ही नहीं है भाई. तुम कंपटीशन देखो ना भाई, नेक टू नेक कंपटीशन है.
You are 17 points away. I don't know if they're gonna be able to do it, Lace, but they're gonna have to try.
I'm a believer. There's still time, absolutely, for them and to be
Uppan
able to capitalize on that. And what we've seen, and obviously a lot of these zone pulls on Miramar, they could have that potential
10-11 आ
to do
सकती.
it. Obviously,
दोनों टीम अगर अपनी खेल गई ना तो 10-11 पे अपन एंड कर सकती है.
They just need that chicken dinner.
दोनों गेम में अगर 10-10 पॉइंटर भी मारे 90. 10-11 ही है मैक्सिमम, उतना ही जा सकते. 10-10 पॉइंट्स 20 पॉइंट्स 2 मैच में आती है. अगर ओवर पावर्ड खेल गए तो फर्स्ट पेज में जा सकते हैं अपन. मैं एस्टिमेट लेके चल रहा हूँ 20 पॉइंट 2 गेम में, पैसा लेके चल रहा हूँ.
PMGC Lucky Spin is currently available in the game. Log in and do your spins.
फर्स्ट पेज में जाने के लिए 2 अच्छे मैच चाहिए.
The Proton Power set, and that grows out that I'm just so close to getting it that I feel like today, after we crown a champion, I'll be able to get it. The PMWC Lucky Spin available now. Go check it out. Co-created with PDP creator Nana. But you were wanting to say something before we were talking about those awesome skins.
Talking about the bottom teams, right? The teams that have nothing to lose. I want to look especially at the Indian teams, right? Orangutan, and also looking at Godlike. AKOP had some really good plays, by the way, earlier today on Rondo specifically. So good one on AKOP. But at this point, it's just about getting experience. Just try and get as high a rank as you possibly can. I would say top 10 would be great to see try and one of those two teams to try and finish on. But I'm sure that with how much they've learned this event, next time we do see them 7, they're going to come back even stronger, maybe in PMGC.
I think so.
Yeah, man,
I mean, we already seen a strong performance out of OG, this one being now their second international event. For Godlike, they have completely shattered my expectations, even though after what I saw from earlier on, I had them in my top 5 for the finals here. The pressure, I feel like, ended up getting to them because it is their first international event. But I'm with you. I think that experience that they're going to be getting here is going to progress not only just for them, but also for India as a region.
Oh, exactly. I mean, if you look at the likes of X-Force Rejects, for instance, down in Africa, right, the African region, their global experience has been moving forward and actually influencing other teams around them in their local area. So it's the exact same thing for our Indian teams here. I've been very, very impressed with Godlike, very impressed with OG. Even in the finals coming in here, day 3, looking really good, making some fantastic plays against the likes of Tiamba, like a lot of different teams here. I do think that, yes, the experience is one thing here, Seven, that's definitely not to be overlooked because they just don't have the experience these other teams do. But I will say, even I was surprised by the big jump between group survival and finals. Like, it's a completely different lobby than what they played earlier in the week. So for them, it's just really hard to adapt as well. And yeah, they're getting left behind, but still massive GGs. I'm very impressed.
Completely different playing style here in the finals. Group A, we got a chance to see just tacticalness. Group B, we got a chance to see aggressiveness. And survival, we got a little bit of a sneak peek. It was still passive, but now we're here in the finals. And now we only have possibly one match left. If nobody wins it from the top 4, then we will have that 6th match. But Barney, do you think it's going to be ending here in this first meeting? We're going to go one more.
Oh my goodness.
What is happening?
Dude, my heart is coming out of every orifice that I have. I don't know what is going on.
It's getting insane.
It's getting so spicy here on the Qiddiya City grid. Of course, we now have 4 teams that are on Smash Point. We've got Nongshan Red Force.
Yes, indeed.
E-Arena.
Since a long time.
I know. It feels that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
No.
And of course,
just Aurora Gaming just cuts it now.
I know, they're all fighting, battling tooth and nail for this right here. Our beautiful PMWC trophy and the legacy, of course, EWC.
And I think there is people from all over the world as well, like watching them. And I think our audience is ready as well. Everybody's like, one more game? No, don't want one game, depending of who you're rooting for, actually.
That's right. We step foot onto Miramar for 2 times, potentially, but it could all end in the next match. And so, everyone in the Gadia City Grid, are you ready?
Of course,
make some
noise!
Chalo!
Back to you, Caster, for the game 5.
There you go, setting the stage perfectly there. Shout out to Barney and Luke, you've been absolutely killing it over the course of the event. And so have you, Paris. You've been absolutely electric here in the Qadir City Grid. And all of us are sat in anticipation for what is yet to come as we move over from geometry that is Miramar Blank.
And we say goodbye to Rondo, we've said goodbye to Arangol, and we are saying hello to our
Last
2
no
final
match.
Miramars, which will cap off this tournament. PMWC at
अगर हम यहाँ से ये लेके जाती है
absolute
तो फिर
slammer
easy हो जाएगा
of
उनके
an
लिए
event.
बैक टू बैक मैचेस खराब गई है कि
Right now, that last game, not so much. It was a bit of a slam dunk from Aurora, and S2G misses the boat on that one.
And Eamon, I think what hurts most is that could have been the full 3-pointer Blank. They were set up for a nice swish in through the net.
Yeah, they were. They absolutely were.
Yeah.
Bounced off the backboard, directly back into their own face. I mean, for Kamikaze, completely understand it. I think his center position movements have been sick throughout the tournament.
All right.
This one, not so great.
Okay.
I think sometimes you do have to peel back and realize we need the full 4v4. I think a lot of the time Kamikazes, they've had the majority control anyway, and what he does by doing that is massively secure the win. Because he's able to play that position very effectively. That time around, when you've got Vitality up in that northern edge, you've got Aurora trying to push up the side, you need to fully reinforce that position, otherwise that happens. Either way, we were discussing it, it's a hard one, because right now Aurora's on an absolute high. They are living in the clouds at the moment, but for S2G, that's a mentally booming game.
It's going to get you. It's going to get you, even with the strongest mental fortitude.
मैंने नहीं देखा इनको सेलिब्रेट करते हुए या फिर इधर खड़े होके कुछ सेलिब्रेट कर लिया जीरो चिकन मारा सेम चेहरा है मर गए सेम चेहरा है
That was our championship game.
अब जीत रहे तो देखते क्या होता है
In a reality where we could have been crowned champions.
एकदम साइलेंट है कुछ इनको फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा है.
Eligible for that to be the outcome, and of course, like we touched on, with 2 games left to go, there is still plenty of opportunities.
इसकी जगह कोई अपनी टीम होती ना जो इधर एसयूजी को मार के अपना पोजी लेती पागल हो गए हो अभी तक.
You could still close it here in game 5.
For Nongshim, we know they can do it already. They did it yesterday on
Chalo,
game 6.
good night,
The arena hasn't looked terrible on Miramar either. S2G is known for their Miramars. So we'll wait and see how it does pan out. We're just waiting to get into game right now. Set up and ready to jump in. All on our screens. I don't think it's been the worst of tournaments for them. It's just there has been some missteps, right?
सच बताऊं ना मैं इंटरनेशनल टूर्नामेंट ऐसा पूरा
it wouldn't be right for me to say that
3-4 साल बाद देख रहा हूं. To be honest बता रहा हूं.
The entirety of this
मैं नहीं
tournament,
देखता.
they have made some missteps here
मैं
and
ये सारे
there.
प्लेयर्स मेरे लिए एकदम नए नए हैं, बट ये टॉप डॉग के बस नाम मैंने सुने. पर गेम प्ले मैं 3-4 साल के बाद देख रहा हूं.
As they leapfrog into the circles, but then when things start to go wrong, they really go wrong, and that means losing one player here, one player there, trading off the things they weren't quite expecting. But we do know that once Ulf gets towards an endgame as a 4-man, they look fine. They look really good. But it's getting there, which has been the difficulty for them. Aura, Sleepy currently is doing an incredible amount of work for the squad today. Looking fantastic.
कबूल प्लेयर है ये पता है मैंने ऐसे देखे नाम सुना है
Arangol earlier on where it just
वो
felt
ना कि भाई
like
मैंने
a sure thing.
प्रॉपर्ली नहीं देखा हर एक
Campbell was
मैच.
just showing up in a big way.
They were indeed. It was great to see the rise back to form for Tianba.
चलो लेट्स गो. जय माता दी.
Tubby Road for Enigma Galaxy as well. A lot of
फिफ्थ
squads
मैच शुरू होता हुआ होपफुली भाई
as
अपने
this
इंडियन टीम्स
develops.
फाड़ दे इसमें.
So get in store for it. We're about to go live with this one. Miramar Game 5 here at PMWC. at EWC 26.
Indian flags aane do bhai
Looking to
log.
crown another new champion, another new organization to fly the banner high, and our next 4 kings of PUBG Mobile here on the grand stage, live from Paris, France.
Penultimate match here. It's going to take an ultimate game for some of these guys to get it done. 4 teams vying for control right now. Other teams looking to break in that 122 points barrier to potentially take it all home on that final match. We're looking at Furia, Tiamba, 4 Thrives, Nigma Galaxy to make that jump. But there are 4 teams that could stop it right here, right now. Going into map number 5, Nongshim stopping out short over towards Ruins as per usual. Nice playing path for them. They can get looted very quickly and move into that circle when it pops. We've not seen a lot of Western circles, and Nongshim's been able to play a lot of these like Southeast, East circles fairly well, despite starting in Ruins, which is I think the most impressive thing about them. Tiamba out down towards Impala. And S2G will have to go for the full reset. And like you say, you kind of want the men in black mind wipe right now, don't you really?
Top players में top आ गया mark
Yeah, the neuralizer. Wipe that off.
Nice zone, Ray.
Mate, yeah, a bit more normality.
S2G के लिए अच्छे है, godlike and OG.
We've had some pretty wacky circles at times, made it a bit uncomfortable for a few of the squads, a few of the games. It's going into our first of the 2 Miramars, potentially 2, that is. Glad this is a more consistent start to open us up.
Yeah, we're around El Azahar, Hacienda del Patron. Kind of don't want to center up too much around here because we're heading over towards those horrible dead fields. Always a bit uncomfortable to play. You got Death Valley down towards Ricardo way. La Bandita is going to create a little bit of a funnel for our teams playing Los Leones, Podpariso, as well as Impala. Press 2G, straight shot towards the center available for them here.
Cinematic play,
I think they're fine playing from truck stop. Nongshim Red Force, a little bit more of a journey, but can wrap on that north side. And again, jumping into this one, just like Naruto Uzumaki. Just straight running across that water. But we want to bring some heat to the equation, some fire. With the 9 Fury Org skin as well as the Naruto Uzumaki set. Plenty to win in game, that's the grab. Make sure you do join in. But join us now as we head back into the game.
Yeah, that'll always be there waiting for you whilst the event's ongoing. To take advantage of it, but like Blank said, we'll stick with the present for now and see what we get out of this.
Pura shanti.
Obviously, early doors into it initially.
साला मेरे को दिख रहे OG and godlike की fight.
पता नहीं क्यों, but दिख रहे. Kill feed आए तो काम का. The damage it could do back upon you.
एकदम close थे दोनों.
So it will be a fairly safe opening of looting for a decent majority of our squads. Bit of a split there from OG.
दोनों एक compound में दिख रहे हैं मेरे को.
Aru further back. Ooh, and this has actually resulted in a bit of commotion as well. More high octane than potentially our first 4. S-Power comes in with the opening elimination as Godlike do get line of sight down onto OG.
Yeah, good shots from S-Power again.
यार अपने में लड़ रहे हैं यार ये तो.
For himself here. Very well known within his own region, but now on a global stage, known to be able to tango with the best of them.
अपने में लड़ रहे हैं यार.
Incredible clutches throughout the entirety of the tournament for S-Power. Really just hope to see more of him in the future, honestly. This has been a wonderful event for him. Alongside with the rest of the squad supporting him wonderfully. Ulf getting nice and central on this one too. Just underneath Hacienda. Still a lot of teams yet to move in just yet though. Aurora getting the full loot on. You can see them on our screens right now. Still looking for some supplies. Mini 14 switched out there for the M16. But not set up, but I want to see what he picks up.
Oh.
Tiamba, genuinely from Impala right now.
ब्रह्मांड का रक्षक सिर्फ पॉकेट एफएम पर.
Feeling low on energy but also stressed at the same time? Ayurveda has a simple
as well. And it may all end here on this match, so you can really switch things up very, very quickly. I think for Tiamba, you know, getting a top 5 in this event would be a really, really good result for them. A bit hard to jump up over towards that top 4 with E-Arena on 123. I think that does bear mentioning, though, of E-Arena 123, because remember the first match on Rondo, they hit 122.
Yeah.
Over the next few matches, they have earned a single point. And this is what Smash Ruling does to you, man. Because you are so focused on getting that chicken dinner, so focused on hitting that smash that you forget that this might just go all the way through to the 6th match. And then Nongshim just takes it. Off the back of the tiebreaker between them.
मेरी 2 टीम जा रही है, मेरे को वो बुरा लग रहा है. वो भले वो अपना काम कर रही है, but
You're scared to play it out like a regular game due to the fear of having it slip through your fingertips and not getting that instantaneous win. But then, like you touch on, you leave yourself very susceptible to being lapped, and it's been a nice step up from the teams above them that are dangerously close to all being tied. 1 point of difference there. S2G on 139, everyone else on 140, and Nongshim and Aurora. The one saving caveat, we've seen a bit more aggression from our teams first onto the big dogs in the lobby that are in the smash zone. So that's been saving these games and keeping them going for a bit longer. Cheeky peek there. Shots on target, but goes both ways. Bit of damage back over onto Ulf, and the 4-5s boys do start to turn tail.
Lovely pickup from Huzaifa there. He had his eyes over towards that concrete there, understood that that's a potential position a team could be playing in, instantly rebuffs the shots, and because of that, Falak stays up. Because in that position, I'm pretty sure he drops off the vehicle, he gets insta-flushed. So that does keep 4-5 out of 4-man, which they need, because they're right on 105 points. Get themselves 17 more on this match. They set themselves above that Smash Ruling. Challenge out for that top 3 as well if we do go all the way to 6 matches, which at internationals does tend to be the way things go down.
Ulf.
Yeah, it's not a win though.
Scarface. Tight timing on the turnaround here. Being ran down by 4-5. He's going for the backup and they're starting to swell over. Ooh, so close. I don't know. He's tucked in, finally found by Falak. He will fall. This is just as the rest of Ulf have pulled up to the party as well. They've got a read on this, they know. Instantly peppering the bullets back, and there's no reason to be here anymore. Call it quits.
I mean, it's so central. It's not a bad place to play, but I think you're right. Ulf just realizes that going to cut their losses on this one. This stage of the game, trying to get yourself further up in the rankings, not worth it. Take the fight against a team which might be elongated with the nades, been thrown through the windows, playing off the upstairs, can get very dangerous in there. Dropping those mollies as well. Zone 2 though coming up, and Zone 2 will cut in very hard. Plenty of fun areas this could head over towards on some hard shifts, can head over towards the high ground now. That's a highway over towards those fielded areas. On the north side, Torre Armada. Water treatment also in place, so a lot of elevation, as well as very, very shallow spots of the map. So quite a bit of fun here to work with going forward. Loot crate does drop down. This is very good for Nongshim Red Force as well, because as they've noticed with this circle going over towards the north side, they can cut in across Oasis, moving over towards Torre Armada. Enigma Galaxy will be the first team to grab this spot, though, coming in from El Pozzo. But yeah, I think that Nongshim Red Force cuts out the majority of the queue on this.
For Nongshim, they've had a pretty firm grasp on these games, but there's been some awkward decisions again, mirroring the sentiments we've given out here about some of these sides struggling a little bit when the pressure starts to get to them, eating away at them with decision-making.
I mean, it does feel slow as well, Jackie, for Nongshim. I think that they stopped off almost in Oasis. Had to think about what their next move was going to be, and they're still just making it across. It is rocky ground though, so they're slowly finding their way in. But again, the more time they waste on this rotate, the more teams are going to make those wide routes. Furia being one of them. They're actually going to meet them on the roadside probably quite soon. And Furia has not been traveling through the blue. Right now, the rest of the Nongshim Red Force are trying to keep themselves at a
nice
reasonable HP count. Very close now. Might just tuck in.
You've got Ulf here as well that have been hit from pillar to post on their movement throughout this game. They ran into OG. Bit of damage though. I mean, 2 players already hard flushed out. One of them knocked up on the ridge side. It's Aru, the last remaining member. Throwing the nades down. That's nearly all of the offensive utility used as well. Just the Molotov. So broken bottles and his teammates gone as the fire spreads. Meanwhile, top side, what we touched on before, the Nongshim rundown with Furia still hightailing behind them.
They actually get ahead of them on this as well. But Nongshim Red Force, they're kind of an unsuspected rotation. I think if Furia was keeping an eye on those drop spots, they should know that Nongshim drops towards ruins and likely has made a very novel rotate. But they're going to take a very, very quick move in. You can see here, Igor's playing bumper cars alongside with them. Are so easy, moves forward. The rest of the team hasn't quite regrouped yet, but they've got the 2-man on this. Igor stops short over towards the concretes, forcing Nongshim Red Force to actually move away. He is quick with the positioning.
Hashtag 14.
Very fun, and all this while the circle has been pulling in here, so Nongshim Red Force might need to make some quick decisions later on. Cruz Defy actually quite free at the moment, but do you want to go there too early? You might want to now.
I think the Galaxy on screen now with a wraparound from Alula.
God like पे zone है.
Creating some space between them. Ooh, quick getting back in.
कौन सी team है? Purple.
See if you can spot them out here. Smoke's casting at least enough of a shadow for him to stay tucked for now. Looking to buggy him out of this one. It's Ralph that's isolated. Oh, there you go. Quick switch on the seats. Easy headshot confirmed. And a hard flush, making it far more uncomfortable for Nigma. 3-man squad.
Yeah, unfortunate. They get down towards the south side of Cruz Defy on that one. Ralph sadly behind. Nongshim continuing on their path forwards. Furious really hampered them in every single turn on this. Consistently, Igor's dragging the rest of his team to better position. Even now moving over towards the north side to get a better beat on where Nongshim Red Force is rotating in. This is really good presence of mind here from Furia. Very proactive of where teams are, gathering that information. And where So Easy's coming in might be combated by Igor's in the future.
Like करो भाई लोग 70 के लोग देख रहे 67,000
Alula will find Aaron there, and I believe that is all.
Like and subscribe कर दो and jewels आने दो.
Wasn't an easy one for Ulf at all here.
Got like 4 men strong है.
Fights. She started off losing amounts of 4-5s, then consistently just got punished by everyone. Now Vitality are just sandwiching behind Furia as well on this push-up from Nongshim. You can see the establishing shot here. Overview of where they are on the spread. Let's see why. Got a scope attached. He's got a read on it. Vitality right behind them.
I got the MK14 as well. Be deadly at distance. Ayala spots Vitality, having a peek over.
Top key charo team.
Figure out what's going on here. Tizzy stayed behind for Nongshim Red Force, ensuring that there wasn't going to be any cheeky rotates over the north side. He's going to get a Rune Awakening pretty soon, because Aura is making their way in, so we'll be able to pass that information across. And honestly, for Nongshim Red Force, they might want to swing further down on this and give up position to Furia. Maybe play over towards the ridge side of the road. Does expose some sightlines from Flash, but it is getting really cramped up over towards this northeast side for Nongshim. Furia consistently stealing away those positions. Now Tizzy gets that information now and will move.
Noja being chased. Sky jumps out instantly, looking to see if he can get boots on the ground and deal some damage. Rest of the squad still continue to maintain a safe distance behind Tizzy on the follow-up. XZ Wise turned his attention back round towards that angle to provide support. Oh, bumpy pathway in the buggy, but Tizzy's still going.
Nice. Gets over the ridge. Yeah, good shots from XZY as well to back them off. I mean, takes a little bit of damage, but provided enough support there. Circle heads over towards the west. Alula actually have quite a decent compound here on this one. Nick can play out from the south side of Cruz Defy. Jiggle. Quite an aggressive scout, I would say, over towards Vitality as well as Furia. Doesn't die for it. Milu, shot by Vitality. We're getting those shots in. Very quiet game
कोई
so
भी
far with an Ulf
ये वाली
as well
टीम
as
नहीं है
OG
सेंटर
going
में
down.
कोई भी ये क्या ना बोलते इसको स्मैश वाली टीम जोन के अंदर नहीं है
Even Tops now from
सारी
Flash
जोन के
moves
बाहर
over
स्मैश
towards
वाली
the mound on the eastern side to check if teams are trying to rotate past them on that south side. So, this is like it's very different to a lot of the other games we've seen. Nobody's taking any chances. Everyone's trying to garner as much information as possible on these rotates.
Yeah, it's far more tempered with the plays that are being made. See how much quicker teams are to set themselves up when they realize there's a VIP team, one of those squads that are within the smash zone, to attempt to set up to make it uncomfortable for their entryway. Similar setup here, down towards the bottom side. You've got a close grouping of 3 of the other smash-eligible squads in Aurora, S2G, and E Arena.
Aurora late to this one.
Aurora
They stayed in Chumasera for a long, long time. And sort of fair enough to them because this went very northeast on the circle. There's been areas they've found to play in. E Arena taking this 2-2 split right now. Have to evacuate this compound. Tony K will take shots over towards Doc, who makes it out of there. Gets over towards a little bit of high ground, a little bit of elevation to work with. Actually a playable spot. I mean, he's threaded the needle on that one. The rest of the team can move in.
It pays dividends, but it felt a bit risky initially when I saw the peak over the top of the roof. I was thinking if Doc goes down here, it could have been hellish. The rest of the squad now confident to join him on the push-up. Wow.
Top knock ho gaya.
G. Making the plays that we know he can deliver on. That's S2G getting the long-range shot off with a nice knock. Getting a tasty adjustment over. And E Arena, if they can follow up onto the 3-man squad, there could be a bit of a punishment play coming over. You got Joker off into the distance. S2G still getting a read on this. These 3 squads were so close to each other that nothing could get past them.
Aurora, yeah, losing one player here, not ideal. Makes a chance at a chicken dinner here in match 5, slightly more difficult. Still controlling center zone. Tiamba, again, went up to down towards 6th as 4 thrives.
Rotation
need to move though. So Easy's actually outside in the blue at the moment. Taking a fair bit of damage off the back of this one.
S2G and S Aurora, 140, 140, 140.
Where do they want to go? How do they want to play? I mean, he's still out there. Come on, man. Get in. I don't know what he's trying to say. I think he's waiting for Tops to get off the angle or something. I'm not sure. Finally, we'll regroup with the team, but burning through meds to do it.
That's been a caveat we've seen happen a couple times for this team.
Well, power fasa hai.
They're kind of somewhat trapped in the dirt and then having to burn a lot of utility, offensive or medical-wise. See what the zone shifts from this, though.
I mean, Alula's living life, right? I mean, it's clear to see that. Furia knows that they need to create some space for themselves. They can't really move down towards that southwest side. They'll be on broadside to Vitality as they move in. So this is the likely position next. So a very important fight between Nongshim as well as Furia. Hyunbin takes a lot of damage. Tizzy up front right now, gathering that information, passing it back for the nades to be sent through. Maybe just dipping back down again, realizing that maybe this is not the best of fights for us. The long nade doesn't quite hit on. So Easy will move away. Vitality giving Nongshim a little bit of life force here.
Finally, a pathway's presented, but they've got to fight past teams to get into the safety zone.
Oh, you can play highs on this one, yeah, for sure. It's free. It's open.
All right. Just beneath them, that's where Tiamba is stationed, so it's going to work out. They get tucked back in. Finally bypass the awkward setup of the Furia squadron that were advancing towards them. They're chasing somewhat. Flash keeping a bit of the attention off them. The just off in the distance as well. A ridge there, yeah. Tuck in, buddy.
Yeah, because Furia could at any moment silhouette themselves on that ridge side. Scary stuff though. But yeah, Nongshim Red Force can play this for the time being. I'm not sure how likely Tiamba's going to allow this to go on without contest. Maybe a couple of nades sent upwards. But yeah, highs and lows here. This is very playable. Usually Tiamba, when you get a central zone like this, it's kind of the guard dogs for where Nongshim Red Force is playing. But with Tiamba being further into the circle here, much better result for them. Yeah, Fury is locked out. So that was a nice swing through from Nongshim Red Force. Some slow decisions today here and there of how they want to play stuff out, but that was a quick maneuver from them. Aurora, Reefus, last left alive here, getting the first aid kit off, and yeah, chicken dinner's not happening. Definitely not likely. Aurora gains no points on this game.
There you go. That's the final nade coming through. Tops blowing away. Back up as we as they get that one on target. So Reefus removed and Aurora go out. Fury are advancing though. Looks like they've started to run out of the nades they had available with how many staggered fights they've had, dashing the last few down.
It's actually cool because the way Nongshim Rev Force layered on that top side as well, it forced a lot of nades out of Fury, but they're just going to send it. It's going for a dry push right now. Nades are being pulled in the meantime. Beautiful from Hyunbin.
Really clean engagement.
It's just done.
Yeah. Primes it perfectly, blows them away on entry. Fury chasing them for so long, but no, not today.
Clean.
Vitality on that north side. I think they heard the commotion, wanted to get involved on it, but the speed at which Furia went down, I mean, there's just no opportunity. Nate goes in, does a lot of damage towards Tizzy. Gonna sit in the corner though. Federalis has to move now. Back over towards Aura. Game. Can't imagine that Tiamba's gonna crumble. Alula's compound becomes very, very high priority for absolutely everyone. You may see a crash on this.
ये अकेली टीम है जो आराम से जोन ले सकती है.
Risky maneuvers going to become more and more impactful.
Bro, ये push देखो ना क्या संभाला है.
Over from the Fury, a crash down onto Nongshim. Look at that was gorgeous from Hyunbin. Perfect utility play over in a split second.
Yeah,
it was good stuff. I mean, the thing is, Vexy on that back line with the Mini 14 did good stuff. Nades go in, so yeah, this is the fight I was talking about. They're all in one corner right now. Utility still looks good for Nongshim. Molotov towards the back lines. Does a good amount of damage towards Milu. He's burning out. Might actually go down to this. Great molly from So Easy.
Bro, charging maar diya.
This was the go signal, but he can't actually win out on the initial fight. King replies back, so it's a 1-for-1 trade on the NCY and Tizzy up for Nongshim. 3 players alive for Tiamba. Oh, the backstab though!
Vitality आ गई third party.
The back nade misses as Tizzy sends the cratering down, and that's a nice spray. XCY wielding the snipe up close. The quick switch is good.
But Vitality's here to play. Upstairs, the molly goes in. Might just take them all down, and Nongshim is out. Vitality.
इसने मार दिया Vitality आ गई. बाप रे थर्ड वाली मार के इनका भी गेम खराब कर दिया.
Very, very difficult one. They made a lot of cool decisions there. Took it as far as they could. Vitality was always in the wings.
Now it's on S2G.
Eyes like a hawk on Vitality as they make that quick adjustment.
S2G
S2G as well. Bringing the heat straight over to 4-5, so there is no chance to catch him now. It's all kicking off. Flash again responding. T24 falls. Vexy upset by Darkin from Ida.
S2G going to make that rollout now over towards Flash. 4-5. Looking to finish off what they started here. Zias is down. Tops is just dropping desperate smokes. Keep himself alive. MCG will roll on through. Vitality lose Federalis on the background. Leader pushes forward. Holding on to this very, very important compound towards the center. Rita does go down to a nice nade coming through from Axel. Can't believe Federalis is still crawling in. He's got to go down soon. Yeah, there you go. Darkin picks him up.
Shots back over from Razak as Vitality gets the shot on to try finish things there. You can see the split on either side with E-Arena still sitting, waiting. Absolute contrast there.
S2G.
S2G have been so proactive. 6 elims constantly in play, constantly in flux. E-Arena just waiting blank.
That has been the name of the game for them. They're able to get one more point than previously. The Arena's looking for that finish, looking for that chicken dinner, playing in from that south side. They have the roadside ridge line to play around with. Solke will find another. Razak goes down, potentially. Oh, just about lives the spray. Good backup there coming through from his teammate. Yeah, for E-Arena, they're going for the slow game. Oh my goodness me. I mean, how gifted can you get on this one for Alula?
Every time it shifts, they're counting their blessings more and more. No one's taken that risk to try force them out of the position just yet. S2G from long range, that's Vitality. Getting the sight line onto them.
So sad for Ida as well, because they've just dragged themselves out 16th place. And they're about to be put back down there again.
Ooh, yeah. And that might come quicker than expected. Darkin trapped behind a vehicle. Lost able to grab that one. Another Elim garnered. And this puts them on equal footing as well. 147 to 147. They're climbing up.
Emre takes the knock there. Should be Ida just down now.
Vitality भी 2 महीने के गेम
Get
खराब
set
कर
up
दिया.
towards that central side to hold off all these teams. E-Arena
Nice
will clean
one,
up the rest over towards the northwest.
Digma को भी मार दिया.
Swain still up and kicking for Ida though. Desperately
Bro.
trying to stay in 15.
Team
Very
है 4 man.
unlikely.
बाकी
See
सब
how
1
far
2
he
man.
can go though on this one. S2G eyeing up that compound, looking to redeem themselves after that last game. There's certainly a chance here. Up to 8 eliminations on the match.
Lost with a reposition. P90 in the
अगर यहाँ
hands.
से अलुला ने चिकन ले लिया तो और एक मैच हो
knock
सकते
onto
हैं.
Ida.
वरना
They're
the end.
out now. The squad's being thinned as Hora also take a deathly blow back over. E-Arena finally getting some shots on.
बच गया होना ये भी खत्म कर दिया.
Oh mate, S2G. They thought they had that one right on target.
भाई ये क्या टूर्नामेंट हो गया है?
Dude,
दो टीम जिसको चिकन चाहिए.
teams at the end here could smash right here, right now. For Alula, they have a fantastic position to finish this one out. But the likelihood of this ending in this game, Jackie, very, very high.
अलुला पे है पूरा.
The zone moving in again.
Bro, zone भी अलुला पे है पूरा.
Confident. S2G on the back line.
क्या होगा पता है यहाँ से S2G push मारेगी वहाँ से ये मारेगी and Vitality मारेगी.
They've just popped all the tires on that buggy, understanding that
उसने
it's
अलुला को मार
better
दिया.
no tires than one.
तो कुछ बात नहीं.
Dragging as they move it in. It's going
दोनों
to
को
be
push
slow,
मारना है
sure,
अभी.
but maybe better than nothing down the hillside. Vitality desperately hanging on by a thread at this end game. We're getting down towards stage 9. It's going to pull all these players inwards more. E-Arena desperately living on the sidelines. Goodness me,
bro,
both
4v4
with a white knuckle grip
दो
on this
टीम
game,
जिनको चिकन
holding
चाहिए.
on
एक
for
टीम
that win,
जिसको आखिरी मैच तक
for
खींचना
that
है.
victory.
Is this the end?
Here at PMWC. Okay. One vehicle. 2 vehicles in play right now for them that look decent. Smokes are starting to be sent out from either side. Both S2G as well as E-Arena will be breaking down the gates of Alula soon. Hamzi G attempts to get into the vehicle. Solkay's going to swing wide on this one.
The quick
ये
repairs
पेगा
have
zone
paid
हुआ
off.
तो ये नहीं मारेगा. S2G को मारना ही पड़ेगा.
Nade still being thrown over. Slight shift down. E-Arena running through their line of smokes with their own cars on the move. They got a good sight line blocked off with the smokes they put down, but this has drawn their crosshairs off S2G. But the same will not be said for that squad. Their eyes light up. Bullet shot out downrange. Keep the punishment on. Meanwhile,
Bro,
in the
ये का तो
midst of
काम
all this,
25 कर दिया.
Yasha peeks back over. Good work done.
I'm connected with the vision like Zoom, like ooh.
The world is yours.
The Arena with just Joker left alive. Hamzi G
Abdullah
trying to
Ghazi
keep this game in contention. Lost hits the deck, Nade out, air bounce there.
देखा नहीं
Doesn't
जा रहा
get
भाई
the
ये.
damage through. The last to make it happen.
Oh fuck bro, और एक मैच है.
Real villain.
माँ कसम.
What a game. What a finish. For Alula,
और
the
एक मैच.
arbiters right there at the end. Between tournament ending teams still being in play.
भाई कहीं ऐसा ना हो
onto that
कि
compound.
टेबल टॉपर जीत जाए.
orbited by 2 victors.
Bro.
What a disappointing finish
अब
for
मेरे को आ रही है
STG and the
ठंडी।
arena. Not in the sense of disappointing in the gameplay,
Absolute
but just
cinema चल रहा है भाई।
disappointing for them. The circle just was not having it, Jackie.
Bro, second match से match rule चल रहा है।
Absolutely everything, and even when they took the risk, something went wrong.
Bro.
Sent up flying into the stratosphere, bud, and it's gonna get you.
S2G के पास 2 chance थे। 2 chance।
Dear me. Great tracking though from Alula.
वो glitch से हवा में उड़ गया।
Weird angle, but ready for it instantly. One more game then.
One more game. Finish on the last. Will we get a smash on that last game? There's a lot of teams in contention for it.
माँ कसम भाई देखने में मेरे को crazy लग रहा है।
That wins it all, that takes it all. Nongshim Red Force counting their lucky stars that they were able to still do good in that game, because S2G is catching them up off the back of that one. E-Arena was also able to put up good points, getting up towards 3rd place. But at least S2G's put themselves in a position now where they could still
one last
win
match of God like an
if
OG.
they
आप लोग
have
देख लो,
another good
enjoy
match
करो।
here.
फिर अगली tournament.
Playing a blinder right up until the end. But my God, unexpected twist on that one. Didn't know Arrow was going to go that way, mate. It definitely caught me off guard, and I imagine it was the same for them amongst it all.
सबका comeback हो गया नहीं मार्क से नीचे से भी एक chicken आया।
Denying out both teams from ending the tournament early, starving off victory for at least another game.
They didn't want to end in 16th place. That's what happened there. But we'll be back real soon for the final match here at PMWC.
मार्क some last match हो गया bro.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower.
अब तो scene ऐसा हो गया है।
Now imagine an entire city
साला
being built
ये
to
zero के
supercharge
chicken
it.
मार देना तो भी वो trophy
Into a
लेके
city
जा रही है।
powered by play.
मार्क क्या कब तो crazy हो गया है, कुछ समझ के बाहर है। कौन जीतेगा एंड तक पता नहीं चलेगा कौन जीत रहे। लास्ट गेम मतलब लास्ट फाइट तक पता नहीं चलेगा कौन जीत रहे। नो स्मैश टेबल टॉप ऐसा नहीं है ना, अभी भी स्मैश हो जाएगा, क्यों नहीं होगा? अभी भी स्मैश हो सकते हैं। टेबल टॉपर पे नहीं गया अभी तक। अभी तुम समझ लो EA 0 किल चिकन मारती है तो भाई वो जीत गई। और अगर चिकन कोई नीचे की टीम करती है तो फिर टेबल टॉपर जीतेगा। वैसा हो गया है।
ابي طلقه اخذ هوني وين طلقه؟ البيت بيت اصفر يا مالك وحش وحش تيمين خربنا عليهم.
When you least expected, Al Ula Esports takes us to the final match, which is going to be upcoming here at PMWC at EWC 26. Welcome back, everybody. My name is The7WG, joined by Lace, Maxman, and Neptura.
Point table देखना है bro, क्या है? Point table देखने की इच्छा हो रही है कि क्या चल रहा है?
S2G at the end.
I feel
बाकी भाई लोग like करो।
The last one was like, hey, great, we got another game, and I'm like, oh.
एक साथ मिलके like करो, 40,000 like पे चलती।
STG or an STG fan, but you know what? Al Ula, they started off the day in 16th position, and they are literally alone as their main team, right? Able to keep the tournament going, getting rid of E-Arena, getting rid of S2G, and keeping it going with those 22 points. Also,
EA ने 10 निकाले।
Al Ula gonna be loving it.
They are going to be loving
and
it. We see
S2G, ये table topper
in regards to the points, being able to secure 10 points. They're still, if for some reason, nobody
S2G table topper रहेंगे।
the smash rule after this match,
फिर होगा I guess
it will come down to the points. So this points that this squads are getting with STG 15,
उसके बाद होगा
10, and then Nongshim Red Force as well with 7. They could
मेरे ख्याल से ऐसा point table होगा।
I mean, yeah, a lot of teams, you've got to realize that this is the right time to maximize all your eliminations to move you up on that leaderboard, because that's some cash money, baby. But I mean, look, from this position, even from E-Arena, they were kind of going to lose this regardless. STG had that
expect नहीं किया होगा कि इतना खतरनाक जाएगा ये मैच।
obviously had the compound the entire time, so it was going to be denied, regardless of you know, sort of their movement in from that. But look, S2G and their situation flung into the air, obviously off of that, and then not being able to get that nade of the positioning in that middle. The teammate, sorry, on our Lula. I'm getting it together. I'm just upset. Clearly, I'm upset, guys. I'm upset, but I'm not upset because if we go one more game, and I'm very excited for this to happen. But look, we're gonna have another one in this situation, and it's gonna.
मोई हो गया ना भाई. अपन कौन से second game से देखते हैं रे कि भाई क्या होगा. Last game तक आ गए.
Actually, that's where Noxian Red Force won in PMMIs. Actually.
बाकी भाई लोग like करो and 12 लाने तो चलो.
Yesterday in Miramar.
अभी तो भाई OG and Godlike भाई उसके मारो खत्म करो भाई लॉबी.
Come on, it was an easy layup.
इतने ज़्यादा kills उठा पा रहे उठाओ.
But yeah, Noxian Red Force, they've been able to showcase that they can actually win.
अभी all in चले जाओ भाई.
PMMI, but here as well in the finals when we end up going to Miramar, when we end up going to the final match, Aurora found themselves very in just an unfortunate situation, especially with the circle, with the rotation that this team had to make.
अब तो all in चले जाओ.
I have strong words for Aurora, which I will not be saying here. But just one play I'd like. Don't worry, I won't say it. I won't say it. Maybe later. Maybe later. No, I'm so confused because yes, it was a really difficult entry into zone. They couldn't really get a very easy way in. They were trying to thread through a couple of different teams there. But for me, they made that initial push in between E
भाई लोग क्या लग रहा है अगर वहाँ से smoke करके ये अगर slam दे देती तो क्या होता? तो S2G मेरे ख्याल से विनर बन जाती. नहीं लग रहा आपको? अगर EA ने वो जो स्मोक पैथ बनाया वो पूरा स्मोक पैथ बना के गाड़ियां डाल देती और अलूला से फाइट ली थी EA और अलूला, पीछे से S2G आती, S2G जीत जाती. ऐसा हो जाता ना. कैसा दिमाग लगाया है भाई कि ना तुम जीतो ना हम जीते, दोनों फंस के मरते. ऐसा दिमाग लगाया पूरा. माइक ऑफ ने मैंने ये यहाँ का ऑफ किया है बस.
Instantaneous fight. Like I saw John for a second. He blinked and he missed the fight. Here we go. They go for the crash. Hyunbin cooking up that nade. Look at the nade. In 1, 2, 3, boom, gone. He's done. Couldn't do anything. And instantly the synergy, the timing, they just go on a full-on aggression. They push, they counter-push onto Furia, and because of that, they don't lose a single player and barely take any damage. That is the Noxian Red Force I want to see more consistently throughout these games. They got to show that they have what it takes to be a champion, but sometimes it's a bit topsy-turvy. But Noxian Red Force looking so good in that particular fight.
Kind of thing, right, that I was talking about with Nongshim is like the presence of mind they have. Do you know how not panicked, how calm, cool, and collected you have to be to do that? And Nongshim coming into second place here. I mean, it's so close behind S2G.
S2G right now in first place, a 7-point lead. Aurora Gaming in third place, E-Arena. Nobody else was able to join the Smash Zone here as we're going to be heading into the final match of PMWC at EWC 26. Galaxy 106 points. There's still a lot of money at stake here, Lace, between all these squads. Even if they cannot win a via Smash.
Look at Yumba and the way that they were able to move up this leaderboard from just a few games. You know, this is where the money happens, and it's incredibly exciting. Obviously, moving into this, you know, obviously we have a look at S2G, 154 points. If none of these sort of get into that position, they'll capitalize it. They have been getting those positions in late game to get those extra placement points, so it is looking good for them. But yeah, I've got to hand it to Massive. I'm feeling like a Nongshim. I feel like that this is going to be the closeout. S2G have had 2 opportunities, and I said you only get 1, so the third one may not happen.
This is looking like one of the best finishes we have had at a global event for PUBG Mobile Esports. S2G Esports, we know they're going to be showing up, especially right now with the 7-point lead that they have. Noxian Red Force showing that they can win via Smash Roll. They could be challenging as well, not just via the points. They could be challenging for the lane. Aurora Gaming, we know what that team is capable of, Max. In E-Arena, all they need is just one match, even if they have been kind of non-existent today.
Yeah, today's definitely been a bit of a slow one for the side of E-Arena, but look at the top of the rankings. 3 wins, 2 wins, and 2 wins for at the end Aurora Gaming and E-Arena. We've been threading the needle. We've been barely missing out on this smash ruling happening for these teams. But now I feel like it's finally time to get the smash rolling on Miramar. These teams, sure, maybe a few fumbles here and there, but they're going to throw everything at the wall and hope it sticks. And finally become your PMGC 26 at EWC 26 Grand Champions. They're on the second page, Niptura. Still more money is there to be gained.
And it's all still so close, right? So we're so used to seeing big gaps between these teams, but look at this. Ulf 98, Aura 98, Team Vitality 83, Aura 80 with that win coming in there. Massive jump for them, up into 13th place. And you know, when we are talking about that prize pool coming down to the final game here in Paris, we're looking at some really decent jumps up in that rank, jumps up in that prize pool. All these teams are going to be fighting.
I want to take a look at the top 5 players so far, though, because that MVP, it's not going to be coming from the winning team. It can come from a different team as well. But right now, it's none other. Usually we're used to talking about Human. Max, you might have a new player to fanboy over because Tizzy is popping off.
To be honest, out of all the players on this team, I'm really happy Tizzy has been, in particular this last game, got so much done in Miramar. Loving how he's been able to perform. Of course, Human big fan of him. But Sleepy, the fact he's up here is quite surprising, but also not so surprising because his damage is very high because he is right, Niptura, usually a long-range player. Mini 14 DMRs, he's going to be using it, so that's going to be buffing up your damage quite a bit. But I got to say, quite surprising that Scarface is up there, knowing Ulf is quite low on the rankings.
I mean, I think it comes down to who's the clutch player in a team, right? Even if the team isn't doing too well, he can still be the one getting the knocks, getting the damage, getting that survival time as well. Scarface has often been a solo for that team. We've seen it from several teams, actually, where that last solo lasts until 3rd, 2nd place, gets that damage, gets those long-range shots, just trying to pressure teams. And so, in that way, yeah, it's probably pretty on par that, you know, they're on that MVP list.
Yeah, and I'm just going to be looking at those top 4 teams because those teams, I mean, any of those top 4 teams could end up winning it. Whether it's S2G, whether it's Nongshim Red Force, whether it's Aurora Gaming, even E-Arena. You know what? I'll scratch away that you have had a bad day, E-Arena, because right now, this is your moment to shine if you want to be able to lift that trophy, if Ravenclaw wants to win here again. But let's take a look at this head-to-head between Nongshim Red Force and S2G, and this is for today, and you can see which team has been performing better overall. It's none other than S2G.
Yeah, you might be saying the survival time is actually relatively close for the two teams, but the fact that with a similar survival time, the average placement point of S2G is an extra 2 ranks higher compared to Nongshim Red Force is highly impressive. They've been very consistent. Of course, 3 chicken dinners throughout the entirety of the finals, also looking good back in the group stage. I feel like S2G, if they just don't have those shaky finishes, I feel like they might be one of the most likely teams to end it with a smash.
Yeah, I was looking, you know, we're looking at the pre-show, right? Looking at the head-to-head between Aurora and S2G, and I did say S2G, yes, they have those wins, but they're hot and they're cold, and today we've seen a different version of this team, a different side to them, one that's far more consistent, one that's always there, under pressure, in the top 5. It's really nice to see, Max.
In particular, you saw in the top 4, you had Aurora Gaming. Top, you know, this has been his dream for years and years and years, and he's finally on the brink once again. Is the curse of the 2nd place going to come back to haunt him, or can he finally wrap it up and get that win?
It's going to come down to what kind of circle they're going to be getting. Are you going to be getting blessed, or are you going to have to just fight your way through all the way to that win so you can lift that trophy? S2G, Nongshim Red Force, Aurora Gaming, and E-Arena. Any of those 4 teams can win it as we're heading to the final match, the final Miramar of PMWC at EWC 26. Hot Jukes, John Allen, take it away.
The sword of Damocles swings both ways, and 4 teams now stand atop the pack. Their chance to make history here in Paris and crown themselves the champions with 1
देखो तो डाउट लग रहे सामने पुश मारना होगा तो ऐसा देखते होंगे ऐसा बोल के पुश मारते होंगे ब्रो मुंह खोलते ही नहीं है बोलते ही नहीं है कुछ किसी को नॉक दिया तो सारा ऐसे इशारा बोल ऐसा अरे एक स्माइल नहीं देखी मैंने पूरे टूर्नामेंट में ना एक मुंह से बोलता हुआ कुछ देखा ब्रो चुपचाप खेल रहे अपना गेम एंड टेबल पे टॉप पे बैठे समझ के बाहर है भाई क्या कर रही है कैसा खेल ले रहे भाई आपने देखा क्या किसी का ऐसा मुंह से कुछ बोलता हुआ देखा किसी ने भाई क्या टीम है जब भी कैमरा आता है सब साइलेंट, एक दूसरे को देख भी नहीं रहे, सब अपना अपना मोबाइल में देख रहे। ये देखो ये टीम होती है, ये देखो आपस में बातचीत कर रहे, हंस रहे, स्माइल दे रहे। भाई वो बोलते ही नहीं। कितना 100 बार कैमरा गया, 100 बार मैंने देखा, एक बार में कुछ। अभी भी जाएगा देखना, चुपचाप होंगे, आराम से बैठे होंगे भाई। सीधा वहां के गेम के अंदर गन लो, पेलो सबको। सिनर्जी, अरे हाँ ना भाई, प्लेयर है भाई। साइलेंट किलर बोल सकते हैं अपन।
One or the other. And there are still so many squads that can win this. 4 in particular, all in the smash zone. That's going to be the ones that we are going to be keeping an eye on locked. Because I guarantee you, one of them's going to be taking home $500,000. Second place, $250,000.
$500,000.
This arena. This is what everybody came for. Not
No,
second place.
bhai.
Not a good tournament, a world title. One game left, and somebody is about to play the most important match of their life. This is it, folks. The PUBG Mobile World Cup at Esports World Cup 2026 live in Paris. We're about to drop into our final match.
Miramar will be the final arena that our gladiators will take
Let's
to
go!
for your entertainment. So Paris,
one last match.
Some noise. The
Jai
final
Mata Di.
match is here.
Let's enjoy.
Get it underway.
Let's have some good vibes.
Sends us over.
चलिए शुरू करती। चलो यार, एक इंडियन टीम का चिकन डिनर ही आ जाए लास्ट गेम। जो टेबल टॉपर जीता वो जीता।
S2G, Dogship, Red Force on top. If this goes to points, they are by far your favorites right now. E-Arena, such a threat though. All it takes is the win, and honestly, it's what they need. They have to win this if they want to be crowned your champions.
21 points behind S2G right now. Yeah, they definitely need to get a chicken dinner on side to win this tournament and give that 3-time title over to Schweppes. Allow Ravenclaw to be that winning coach, transitioning from that player role. It would be a beautiful story, but E-Arena have given us cause for pause when we think about their potential to take home those chicken dinners. They have had the highest scoring chicken dinner of any team pretty much ever at this level of PUBG Mobile, but it has not been seen for a while. Maybe the pressure will be able to turn things around for them. At the moment, I'm seeing Aurora pretty close to Flash, though, on the hot drop, potentially in the south.
Well, speaking of the south, that's where we're headed. The zone going all the way down south. Teams are going to have to get looted up and get moving. It's Reefus with the Winchester. No way he starts this off like this. Oh, mighty close. Team Flash getting away with that. Uh-oh.
Aurora, nahi.
Fire there from Win. Just say, hey, calm down with that Winchester, buddy. All right? You better wait till end game to get that going.
All right. I do love the Winchester. There's more damage coming on, and this is, again, Aurora harrying the retreat here for Team Flash. Team Flash, who have managed to find some late in the day points to send them up the tables. Trying to compete with that middle pack. They are right in and amongst it, in the thick of that 5th through 10th through 11th, actually, melee in the middle to try and jump up on the prize pool. Tens of thousands of dollars on the line if you can do it.
Absolutely. It's the prize pool jumps significantly every single placement. And
lost zone गया, lost में कोई टीम ही नहीं है।
Do for the final time, get in the game, get into that lucky spin, and drop one of those exclusive.
Lost का zone है, lost में कोई टीम ही नहीं है। लूट के मार के godlike ले लो, high ground ले लो, lost का बात खत्म। कोई नहीं है।
Looking at these leaderboards, top 4. Looking pretty much as a lock at this point, right? I mean, we're going to see these top 4 in that range, right?
Yeah.
The difference is just where are they going to end up? Just a reminder, folks, this is a $3
लास्ट गेम में
million
क्या
prize
इसमें
pool
जो
if this
चिकन लिया
tournament
टॉप 4 में से वो जीता
$1.7 million
अगर 5th से लेके 16 में से कोई चिकन लिया तो जो टेबल टॉपर रहेगा वो जीतेगा
First place $500,000, second place $250,000, third $150,000, and fourth $120,000. So all four of these teams are going away with a whole bunch of cash. But there's a whole lot more at the tippy top.
The chicken dinner to these four teams is worth $375.
110 मुश्किल है अपनी टीम नहीं पहुंच पाएगी अपनी टीम मैक्सिमम 90 100 टच कर सकती है
right price to put in your
टच कर सकती है मतलब टॉप 10 आ सकती है
to make it work.
अगर चिकन मारा
And nobody wants to step a foot out of line. It needs to come
मानिया
through.
भाई
And they need it now. Godlike. They're taking a turn around in
अकेला पकड़
Palmer,
लिया
but Tiamba a little bit ahead of the curve. And down they go. Finding that first elim. First blood has been drawn.
And that is Manya out of this tournament.
Manya,
Great signs of life from Godlike. I mean, they had some really big games. It's just the consistency that seemed to plague them here. For their first time at a World Cup, it's so difficult to face a challenge like this. I think they definitely gave it their all. I think time will definitely show them, and they'll get that seasoning going, and we'll see them rank up the leaderboards in the future for sure.
I've also loved watching Four Thrives over the course of this tournament.
Yes.
Topping their group stage, able to do a lot of work and really impressing here. Currently in 6th place, a chance to jump up to 5th place in that, as I said before, that 5th to 11th place melee. They are very much in flux, but what I think the most important story for me when it comes to Fourth Rise is that it was not a flash in the pan performance back in PMGO. They have managed to improve and consistently keep that improvement under their belt. There have been times where they've got a little crazy with it. I have to say, back in those group stages, some crazy flex outs. One springs to mind over on that military finish that they were on the south side of the runway and just going for it. But absolutely impressive stuff for this Fourth Thrives roster. They should be so proud to be able to put this sort of a record down on this tournament. And I'm sure we'll be seeing them again.
That's for sure. I want to see almost all these teams stay together. I mean, this was one heck of a tournament. I think every single squad here, for the most part, has what it takes. It's just a matter of time here. It's really tough, though, when you deal and face some of the best teams in the world that have been doing it for so long. And we're starting to see Ulf get into it with OG. Battle ringing out. Here we go.
Nice one, Vizor, badhiya.
Can put that MVP title on the card as well, because two of his teammates are down. He's going to need to come up big. Him and Aaron playing off of one another. Two titanic forces on the inside of the compound against 3 players from Orangutan total. I don't know if they're all here and in the fight, though, but Catch will get flushed away. And they are now, all 3, looking to take this fight. Aaron on the outside, but Scarface.
Nice one, Ray. Ye badhiya. Ho gaya. अरे क्या हो गया?
OG gonna get 4 eliminations.
मार दिया OG ने मार दिया. ये उनके एंड से था, उनके एंड से था.
All for this tournament. Give them a round.
उनके एंड से, ये उनके एंड से, अपने एंड से नहीं है, पक्का अपने एंड से नहीं है.
All things considered, I think he.
RAG, AI agents, agentic AI. Most people think they are the same thing. That's why Scalar is.
Well, not what they were aiming for, but they did manage to qualify alongside their countrymen. And again, there is so much potential there, so much star power. So much still left to give. But they can't give it here. It's done for them.
That is it. Gives teams like Aura, Vitality, opportunity to push themselves further up.
मत बताओ ना भाई लोग, मत बताओ ना, अगर यहाँ कोई डाल रहे हैं ना, मत बताओ, प्लीज मत बताओ.
As this is one insane
मैं चैट ही नहीं देख रहा, फिर तो तुम लिखते रहो, मैं चैट ही नहीं देख रहा. मेरे को मैं अपना देख रहा भाई, मैं चैट बंद कर रहा हूँ. मैं चैट देख ही नहीं रहा भाई. मेरा क्यों मैं मूड बिगाड़ू भाई? नहीं देखता. मैं मैच के बाद ही देखूंगा.
Just a quick flashback for everybody that missed it. PUBG Mobile, Macau Invitational not too long ago.
Last game है भाई देखने दो.
Nongshan Red Force smashed in the last
OG ने 4 मारे बढ़िया.
They have been here before. They felt this pressure and they succumbed it over, made it, and that is what you gotta do. So out of all the teams in this lobby, Nongshan Red Force, they know what it feels like to be here.
They have borne this burden before.
S2G and Godlike दोनों center में वैसे.
Raise that knee off the ground and shrug like Atlas, the weight of the
Admino
world.
अकेले power Soumya सारे के compound
On the
लेके
western
बैठे.
side, they are behind Aurora, direct competitors, and we're going out all the way east. It's a long
Gather हो
road,
जाओ
but
वरना
I
अभी
tell you
push आ
who's
जाएगा.
already at the end of it, S2G. In the shadow of the Labandita crater right now on the
Safe fight
southeast
होगी,
side,
Vitality
Jukes,
ready.
they may have another opportunity here. They have had so many in these last few games to find those smashes. Is this the one? But they have to fight against Godlike for the compounds.
Here they go, folks. S2G battling it
Nade आ रहा
out
है
with
इस पे.
Godlike. Kamikaze getting caught by the nade. A devastating blow.
Finish एक
And
और
the
knock.
finish. It's S-Power looking to crush the dreams of S2G.
Another.
Hi.
The dreams for S2G and Turkey.
Nice one.
May have it all dashed here, has lost the last to stand. God Power putting an end to the hunt, but he's still got one more player. A little bit of fire left in the heart, but it is not.
अभी Vitality 40 मार this push. W's.
A massive blow to the lobby. So close to winning this tournament in the past 2 matches, and they go out as
Still
the
S2G पे जीतने के chances है.
in the last game. All eyes are on those
40
leaderboards
push मार
to
दिया.
see
Power
if they can
अकेले.
hang on. Meanwhile, Fourth
चल दिखा दे power
looking to
1v4.
tear this up as they are putting
दिखा दे power.
onto Godlike.
Nice one bre. चौड़ी नहीं है power पे.
But it's just as Power now. We've seen what he can do with these
Hey,
names.
Power.
Can he do it again?
Looks good.
चल और वहाँ से एक HP रह गया.
T24 still launching himself forwards. This is a madman.
Nice power. बढ़िया.
This man is a one-man army putting in the work for eliminations. He's finding the angle.
Nice one there, Power.
It's S-Power, baby.
1v1.
We sample mark here.
Power.
S-Power.
Power.
A king amongst kings. They
चल एक ही है.
can't make that top spot, but my God, they can give it a thrill.
1v4 है क्या Power का? चल एक और Power, let's go.
The stuff. He's got what it takes. And refusing to go down here in the last match of this
Let's go
tournament.
Power. एक 1v1. सीधा 1v4 हो जाएगा. Kill चोरी हुआ अपना.
Meanwhile, teams across the board are making their way to the zone. 3 teams still in that smash potential. Nongshim have lost a player. Through all of that chaos, they are down to 3. Aurora out on the western side. North Hills have lost Leonas. E-Arena, they're in the shadow of Labandita. Right near to this fight on the northwest side of this, where S2G used to be.
OG आ गई.
Now has to deal with Orangutan.
But this man is I'm telling you, by himself.
Nice try रे Power. Nice try.
Finally shutting down the monster that is S-Power.
Push मारने ही पड़ते क्योंकि और एक टीम में push आ गया. OG का push
A
आ गया.
final breath within the lobby. And Admino now, the Lone Ranger for Godlike, to try and ladder up. Maybe jump past.
OG versus
with 6
Godlike
units
versus
on
40.
card.
1v,
They might have a chance
1v2.
here. Orangutan looking to do the same, but they've only got 2 players. You can see off in the distance, though, a crash from E-Arena. Moving over towards Ida. Ida really not being providing of much resistance over the course of these finals.
यहाँ पे ये भी मर रही है.
They'll be able to find it. Finally, digging deep, and down goes Schweppes.
The top teams are getting devastated. Nongshan Red Force lost a player, and now it's Ida. Oh, but Joker shuts down Darkin. A huge 1v1 play keeps his team alive, and it looks like they're going to hold on to 3 for now.
Nade over. Swain cooking a nade. Wants to answer. Doesn't connect with it. Darkin off in the distance. Emre also still in action, but not quite on the angle. Bad bounce, doesn't quite find it. Godlike do get eliminated, but there's one underfoot. Dashes back with the MG3. Needs to find something. Needs to get a big cannon spray down, but not to happen. Emre now, the last for Ida.
And he's completely off in the distance. No way he can get back to this. So for E-Arena, they managed to make their way south, but Nigma Galaxy are cresting the ridgeline.
Here comes Nigma Galaxy. And I'll tell you one thing, folks. S2G fans everywhere are rooting for every single team to take out these top squads, because right now they're still at the top of the leaderboard here. It's just these teams below them that can surpass them. They have a little bit of a point gap, but Nongshim Red Force, Aurora, and
Aurora अकेली टीम है जो 4-man है Smash के हिसाब से.
Already past 4, but they are down a player.
That they are. And on the northwest side, we said before, to win this one, it's likely a chicken dinner needed for them. Aurora with 4 players alive, but they have got the blue zone biting at their heels right next to Horror.
Aurora पे पूरा chance है रे जीतने का, पूरा chance है.
They will need to push up a little bit further.
And we have some hearts and W's for power.
Into the fight. In the meantime, IQ, the last player alive before thrives. This has been a devastating position for so many, and IQ wants to dish out a little bit more pain here. Around the corner, spots the shotgun-wielding player from Orangutan, but nobody steps out through the threshold, goes for it, darts it, and nobody's connecting. Jukes, they're not figuring out whose turn it is.
IQ put in the work there with the shotgun, ends up getting some more shots on the whiz.
Anti.
Nice. IQ making the plays.
अच्छा मारा.
Next circle coming on in as well. The circle shrinks pretty central here. Does not favor
Aurora
or Nongshim Red Force. Two
right,
really crucially placed teams, but gives E-Arena a little slither of it on that western side. The difficulty for E-Arena, though, the surround on their position by those roads.
They
act like rivers on Miramar, very frequently finding it very difficult to get across.
Aurora पे पूरा chance है रे जीतने का मार किया.
Let's see if they can hang on. They know they need to do more if they want to take this tournament. Meanwhile, S2G just having to wait and watch. Hope that they did enough and can hold on and take this tournament.
6 मारे, OG ने 4 मारे.
This zone though, providing
थोड़ा
very
climb किए रहेंगे.
Nigma Galaxy Coops ends up getting caught out. And he is out of the game. Nigma Galaxy gonna have to do it with 2 players remaining.
S2G, despite being out, may still be able to hold on. If the 3 competing teams go down, Nongshim have to go down first.
And then भी 3 man है, ये भी 3 man है.
Side, their approach is not the easiest.
नीचे से कोई chance नहीं है कोई आके जीत जाए.
I mean, it could be that S2G didn't need a single point in this game.
It's possible, but 7 points. 7 points will 100% guarantee Nongshim Red Force.
मेरा नेट नहीं गया, उनका क्या है?
7-point game from their position on the southwest side. I mean, it's difficult. Lord trying to survive for Nigma Galaxy. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride in these finals. They've always been present, they've always been relevant, but have not been able to find those clutch moments, those glimmers of greatness that really step you up to those top spots.
Hello, आ गया मैं.
Man, great tournament overall for
भाई लोग
Galaxy.
ये क्या कर रहे हैं? तुम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं? एक बार हाथ स्पैम कर दो चलो.
Wait to see what this team does in the future.
Full हाथ स्पैम कर दो. चैट को हैंग कर दो पूरा.
If they
2 मिनट के लिए चैट क्या मैंने बंद कर दी, तुम लोग लीक कर रहे थे तो.
You know, good.
Full हाथ स्पैम कर दो, दिखना ही नहीं चाहिए कोई चैट. सिर्फ हाथ दिखनी चाहिए.
At the end of the day, they always end up wanting one.
सिर्फ हाथ कर दो.
Those top 3 positions.
मैं रिफ्रेश मार लेता हूँ, कब by chance मेरे end से वो सही हो जाएगा.
Talking of comebacks, I mean Tianba, what a resurgence today. They have done well, so proud, and I am so pleased with the fact that they've been able to dig so deep today and put so many points back on the board. They're in 6th place right now with 4 players on 1 player alive. There's a real chance they could jump up into that 5th place and take that spot away from them. As Nigma Galaxy do go down. They are out 7th place right now. Pretty likely that they drop down further with both Flash and Furia behind them.
gonna be interesting to see. Oh, here we go.
Dono smash team
versus
nice ADS रे क्या ADS दिया.
The biggest fight in this tournament could be happening right now. Nongshim Red Force do have the high ground though, so they should be able to get this res.
But they will. They put two players out there. It goes away from this position.
Aurora versus Alula.
4 Thrives do finally fall. They will go out. But again, very
Furia charging मार देगी. जैसे ये fight खत्म होगी third party.
Happy to see them
Furia
here.
cancel आएगा.
Hoping to see them again. Meanwhile, whilst Nongshim and Irina have their standoff, Aurora have their challenges on the other side of the circle. Alola, who spoiled the day for our two teams that could do it last time, now have Aurora to battle off against. They're a little bit pressured.
Nice
another knock comes on through.
अभी Furia फिर पड़ेगी and घुस
Will not
जाएगी.
be in the fight. Two
Acto
players
chicken
for
के लिए
Aurora to
निकली.
get rid of before they can own these East
But
Hills.
on पे Cozy अच्छी है वो chicken के
Getting
लिए
some
खेल
knocks
सकती
on the Alula, but at the same time, they're saying, thank you, Alula, for that last game. Oh, man.
Very true.
Did you save us? Because that could have been over. Just like that. But Aurora, this could have been the opportunity for them. It is looking pretty good. They still have, they're the only team in the top 4 with all 4 players up. And that's good, solid position in this next zone. Can't afford to lose a single player. They catch claws out. And that's another point on the board. Oh, Nongshim in trouble. That's Tizzy done. They're down to 2.
One of their strongest players now out of the mix, and that is going to leave just Hyunbin and XZY to try and put as many points on the board as they can.
NSK दो ही
But
रहेगी.
they are
NSK भी
dwindling.
chance नहीं है.
The fire
Zone आ जाती
is being
मरेगी.
blown, is being blustered, leaning this way and that, started to look threadbare.
Oh, the fire starting to look like embers here. It's not looking good for the side of Nongshim Red Force. Losing Tizzy is a huge loss. We saw it earlier on the desk. This was
Aurora में पूरा chance है क्या convert मारने का.
Now it's up to none other than Hyunbin though, and XZY, still 2 massive players. They just want to put some points up on the board, but even then, that might not be enough, because Aurora are still there. They can surpass them. XZY with the drive, trying to survive here, find any place in this circle. He finds a smoke, gonna have to hit the deck, and he holds on for now, but everybody is looking in this direction.
This 2-2 split from Furia, I'm starting to question it now. I feel like the time is right for a regroup, but they think otherwise. A 2-2 split of this magnitude is so vulnerable when we get in towards stage 6. Teams are going to look to crash. Aurora on that north side, potentially moving up towards Chief.
Aurora ने अच्छा zone ले रखा है.
Of the circle on the northern side. Irina also now marshalling their forces. I said these roads can act like rivers.
ये ने भी 4 point निकालने. ये का वैसा chance नहीं है. Chicken ही chance है.
The Irina are putting up points in the final game. They are making some noise here. They've got 4 eliminations. They're still rocking a trio. Joker starting to keep his eye on Team Flash. Looks like the fight might be imminent here. But Team Flash got to decide what they're going to do. Joker's going to have an angle, and he's going to tell his teammates, hey, look, these teams are right here. Let's start taking some shots. Bose is on the back line, though. That's going to be the biggest threat for Irina.
Trying to get a little bit further forward, but Mormon's been spotted. There are only 3 players, remember. A move back up to the top of the hill there.
Interesting.
To re-bolster the position for Bose, maybe grab him on the vehicle, a run out on the other side, potentially what they're thinking about, but they're up to the road. They have to move further.
Nice shots from Joker, though, to be able to buy some time against Team Vitality, because Team Vitality are now looking in this direction. The zone is away from them. This is stage 6. They cannot afford to eat any blue zone here, but they may have to. There's no choice. So many shots are ringing in this direction, and they do not have their position locked down in this next circle.
Absolutely not. Really a lot of tenuous positions, and Furia are finally now looking to go for their regroup down to their south. You can see that northern side starting to make that mad dash across. Aurora could potentially cut through it. They don't actually manage to go all the way, but Reefus spots it, gets that knock. They have to get out of the vehicle, and this is exactly what I was worried about for Furia. They held their 2-2 split too long, and now they might be in the boiling, baking deserts of Miramar. But they are out in the cold. Chief now a lone ranger on the position. And Aurora all too happy to slurp that point away, get themselves closer and closer to the top.
all too happy and looking all too solid right now. Aurora are looking dangerous. The whole lobby needs to be put on notice. The airburst, Chief. S2G, you can see them. They are hoping and praying here. Chief's on fire, and that's going to be him down. Another point for the side of Aurora Gaming.
They haven't confirmed it yet, but finally the flames lick too hot and he will fall. Ayala and Igor's... That's it was just they held that split way too long. They didn't go for that regroup in time, and they had paid the price for it. It could be quite an expensive one as well, given where they are on the tables in 9th place. They had a real opportunity to jump up fairly high and get things going, but the southwest side now is looking pretty hot. Arena can potentially get involved here if Flash, Horror, and Nongshim Red Force have that scrap.
They're going to have to. I'm going to tell you one thing here, folks. This is where Aurora Gaming work their best. With the zone to their backs. Nobody behind them. Only needing to focus forward and start putting some points on the board. Looks like Hyunbin's going to get one, though. The duo of Nongshim Red Force still not out of this one just yet. And haven't hit the deck, though. Buy some time. Can he at least get that confirmation? He does have 2 eliminations so far. But shots ringing out in every direction. It's not looking good here for Nongshim.
Oh, it is.
And it's going to be
a tough time for them, but they are much more central than a lot of other teams, and these South Hills will need to conclude. Quite inaccessible, but Aurora keeping him suppressed. Why go down? So close. And if Nongshim fall, S2G are going to be a little bit safer. But with Aurora taking a knock, the last player alive from it, a second as well. 2 players down from Aurora. Is it all coming crashing down around their ears?
They are outside of the zone now as it's shifted. They got 30 seconds on the clock to get these reses going and to be able to support their teammates. But Team Vitality are looking in this direction. They got nothing to lose at this point. And they are looking straight at them. Can Aurora get these reses? They're desperate. They're moving as fast as they possibly can. 20 seconds on the clock now. And it looks like they just might do it. When it comes to Nongshim Red Force, though, it's up to one single player, and it's none other than Hyunbin.
He needs a Herculean effort to do it. Oh no, Doc is down. Top is low. Seoul needs to anchor for them, but he's fallen too. And Aurora are crumbling.
Top goes down. It's down to one single player for Aurora Gaming to make this happen. Nongshim Red Force are out. 1 player from Aurora, 3 from E-Arena, and S2G trying to hold on. It's up to Reefus all by himself. They're looking in his direction. He's gonna shut up. That's his it. He's got to get the shots.
Oh, it's so close. He gets the spray. And there goes the other with the nade. Reefus is down. And now it's only E-Arena who can take it away from S2G. They need a chicken dinner, but down is Joker. They have to hold the middle because they are in the center.
Oh, and you could see S2G the at an all-time high. E-Arena, though, on the move. Full lay down. It's down to the duo.
Is this S2G jo leke ja rahi hai?
They have 137 points right now. This is going to be very difficult for them, but this duo is still alive. If they somehow steal this win, it's tournament over, and E-Arena will win a world title for Thailand.
But it's looking much more likely that Turkey will be able to take that global stage by storm. At the top of the tables right now, S2G denied their chicken dinners, but will still eat hearty tonight if E-Arena fall by the wayside here. They started the day at the top of the pile. But they are getting slowly whittled down with 2 players left. 30K goes low, but stays up for a moment longer. And these elims are getting away. They are just slowly creeping down. And E-Arena are low. Down goes Norman for S2G. It's only 30K who can take it away from them. And he is in the fight.
The crowd is excited. They're on their feet. S2G making some noise here.
ये अकेला बंदा है जो ट्रॉफी ले आ सकता है बीटिंग के लिए।
Turney K that is in the way of a world
championship.
And that is it.
तो जी लेके गई ट्रॉफी।
Bro,
क्या टूर्नामेंट है?
World Cup 2026 champions.
एसओजी विनर। बाप रे बाप।
The Titans from Turkey will reign supreme in Paris. They will take that trophy.
कहाँ से क्या
They
गया
will
ये
bring
गेम?
it back.
फिर भी
And
एसओजी
they
लेके
will
जा
hold
रही।
their line. Denied so many times today, but in the final moments, they were able to sit back. I don't think
Reaction
they will
देखो,
relax,
reaction देखो।
but they will take the top spot.
दो बार क्लोज है, तीसरी बार जीत गई।
$500,000 and plenty of time to regrow those nails on their fingers, baby. That is what I'm talking about. Twice they could have won this. You can see the looks on their faces thinking there's no way. There's no way we lost this tournament. Are you kidding me? But consistency pays off.
They were able to keep it under control. The teams at the top could not go the distance. They did not have the stamina. And Tiamba looking to close this one out, looking like they're in control. And again, what a resurgence from Tiamba in the final day. It's looking like they might take that 5th place just outside of the top spots as they're closing us down.
अब तो कोई भी
But
चिकन
again,
ले, बस वही है कि
the
पैसे
story
ज़्यादा मिलेगा। म्यांमार का
It's
चिकन है।
all Turkey, all day, S2G!
विनर्स मार्क किया।
S2G, hang on! And
W's.
your champions live here in
भाई
Paris.
किस्मत में लिखा हुआ था इनका।
Man, did they deserve it. Working so hard, game after game. Almost winning
इनके
it.
नसीब में
by
लिखा हुआ था।
smash. But it's points that hang on. The tears ring out.
ये ट्रॉफी
Now
इनके
let's
नाम की
take it
लिखी हुई
on
थी।
over to the studio to wrap this one up.
Kamikaze and the rest of the squad just shining when nobody was expecting them to become the champions, Max. Turkey back on top of PUBG Mobile Esports.
It is going to Turkey right now. Kamikaze lost. HamCG and Solke making history for Turkey once more.
Once वाला और एक
Just
जीत गया
keep
क्या
doing
ये?
it. Solke, since the OG days, is still here delivering performance after performance, and now we'll be lifting that trophy.
And such a calculated such a calculated decision from them throughout every game. One chance down, two chance down, but it was enough to take the title home. Every single play from S2G was immaculate.
Fantastic stuff coming in from S2G. Once they do it, twice they do it. They were so close. They get.
ब्रह्मांड का रक्षक सिर्फ पॉकेट एफएम पर।
मेरा हेयरफॉल जो स्टार्ट हुआ था, इट वाज बैक इन 2011 जब मैं जयपुर गया हुआ था कॉलेज में अपनी। मैंने सब
So good at the top right. The 4 teams all contesting a spot for the championship
And
to be
everyone
crowned your champions.
No
But I would have to
reaction.
say S2G, the most improved team going into this event from the group stage, making it right to the finals. And it was close. It was down to the wire. It was a 3-way tie at one point today. But they do take it home. And keep in mind, pmgc later on this year will be happening in Turkey. Will S2G be able to do the international back-to-back?
S2G will be looking to win another trophy back at home. But I think it's time we send it over to Party. I want to see these players lift that trophy and crush some keys.
Yes, that is right, of course. After a nail-biting day 3 of PMWC, your champions are, of course, S2G. I have to ask, that final game, that must have been the longest game of your life. How did that feel? Solke, I'll ask you, buddy.
Son maç hayatımızın herhalde en uzun maçıydı. Sizin için nasıl hissettirdi? Solkay sana soruyor.
Yani açıkçası biraz şüpheli olduk çünkü rakiplerimizin hepsi yaşıyordu ve hiçbirinin infosu yoktu. Yani bilmiyorum kaybettik gibi hissettik. Sonra böyle bir rakiplerimiz oyunda ölünce bir acaba mı dedik. Yani şu an bile farkında değiliz, anlamadık. Bu bir zaman sonra fark edilecek bir şey. Aramızda öncesinde şampiyon olmuş bir hamsi var. Hepimizin ilk dünya şampiyonluğu. Yani garip hissetti. Ölünce kötü hissetti ama şu an çok mutluyuz. Bu kadar.
Of course we felt bad once we died because we knew our biggest rivals are still alive. But then, and we also doubted it, but then like slowly seeing our rivals also like getting eliminated, we started getting hopeful, and it's Hamzi's second World Championship, but it's the first for us and we're very happy about this.
Number 2, second championship. How are you feeling? You feeling good?
Yeah.
He feels good, baby. All right, we've got things to do before we lift that incredible trophy. So follow me. We're going to the Crusher, baby.
Milo Canvas on W's for Indian teams. देखो,
S2G managed to secure the PMWC championship, and with this being is the last one left intact. Okay, S2G.
अपने भाइयों ने अच्छा खेला, अच्छा ट्राई दिया.
We've got some important things to do. Right. Step on up, please. Up on here. Okay. Woo. Are we feeling better now? Kamikaze, you okay? He's good. He's good. He's letting it all out. It's great to see. The emotion is great. You've seen this before. You know what's about to happen. Can I please get you, sir, and Kamikaze together? Let's open up this Crusher. Let's open the iris. Press that button. Here we go. Here is the Crusher. Something special about the Gadia City Grid is that we get to crush 15 keys at once. So, Solke, Hamziji, if you would like to pull on this, not too hard, just like gently, just, you know, feel good. In 3, 2, 1. Wave goodbye. How did that feel?
It's so good.
So good. Right, one final thing. That's better, isn't it? One final thing that we'd like to do before we send you down to lift that trophy is to invite the Keymaster, Jacob. We'd like to invite him onto the stage to hand you your key, the last remaining key intact for PMW. Your legacy as the champions of PMWC at the EWC 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your champions, S2G Esports!
बढ़िया खेले S2G.
Ladies and gentlemen, your PMWC
World champions
at the 2026 Esports World Cup, S2G!
भारी है भारी. कोच अजय कोच है भाई. मेहनत पूरी सबकी है. एक मोमेंट ऐसा अपने को भी चाहिए भाई. इस साल नहीं बट अगले साल जरूर एक मोमेंट ऐसा चाहिए.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Kalaris, who is standing by with our Sony Tournament MVP.
Yes, that's right. Thank you very much, Barney. Of course, we are with our tournament MVP. After PMMI MVP, we now have the PMWC MVP in QZZ. Make welcome on, of course, the award here. 2 times MVP on international stages recently. QZZ, congratulations here at PMWC.
Nice, nice, nice. Yanba.
Okay. This is fun, isn't it? This is good. Okay, let's have another chat. Let's have another quick chat.
And maybe
competing with these teammates, experiencing all of this, going through the training. Okay, we're shaking hands. All right, buddy, I have to go. The training, the experience, everything. What does it mean? Like, what do you want to say? How proud are you of each other right now?
We just strength the team, over focus all the time for team play, and we did it. We've been champion. We are so happy now.
I can imagine. I can see it on your faces. I can see it on the owner as well, of course. Congratulations, what an unbelievable performance. I'd like you all to lift this trophy one more time, and you'll cement your legacy at the 2026 Esports World Cup. And so, are you guys ready? You ready? You're ready. They're ready. And so, ladies and gentlemen, your champions of PMWC at the 2026 Esports World Cup, S2G Esports!
WWW. Bro, world champion. पावर को कितने किल चाहिए थे एमवीपी के लिए?
It started off last year for S2G
बहुत
when they weren't able to
close था
qualify to PMWC and EWC 25, and they were spamming everywhere hashtag by S2G. But the thing is that here at EWC, nothing is given, everything is earned, and these are your champions.
Legacy for themselves. Of course, you're looking at HamCG. He's won in the past, PMGC 2022. Even earlier, the World League West won by Sulky with Footballist, and that's their second trophy and the very first for Kamikaze and Lost. They should be proud of what they've achieved here today in Paris.
WWS StuDWs भाई जीत गए फाइनली. एक विनर अपने सामने आ चुका है, बट इस साल नहीं तो अगले साल जरूर टीम इंडिया आएगी और ये लेके जाएगी, चाहे कोई भी है इंडिया में से. बट ये एक मूवमेंट चाहिए भाई. इस साल सीख के गए, अगले साल फॉर श्योर, अगले साल फॉर श्योर. तक लड़े वो मेन था.
Of your supporters, say thank you to the support. What a performance! Congratulations, guys. Make your way over here.
PMGC बाइक की अभी तो यार बैक टू बैक मिलेंगी भाई. अब मौके देखो, शुरू हुआ है, गेट खुला है, दरवाजा खुला है अपनी इंडियन टीम्स के लिए. तो अभी क्या है कि नॉन स्टॉप टूर्नामेंट्स आते रहेंगे, स्लॉट्स मिलते रहेंगे, क्वालिफाई करो, फाइनल्स खेलो एंड जीतो. अब वैसा वाला सीन हो जाएगा क्योंकि अभी दरवाजे खुल चुके हैं. बीच में क्या था कि पूरे बंद हो गए थे, और होपफुली भाई अगली बार और क्लोज जाए और क्लोज जाए और क्लोज जाए, एंड वन डे फॉर श्योर झंडा लहरा के आए अपना. भाई मजा आया भाई. ऑल ओवर इट वाज फन having watch party, doing watch party. Sound करे क्या? एस्ट्रोजी का नाम भी लिख लिया, लग गया. इनका अटैक लग गया पबजी मोबाइल पे। W's I guess this is the end। ये एंड आ चुका है, ये एंड आ चुका है कि अपने को विनर्स मिल चुके हैं, एमवीपी मिल चुका है एंड आई डोंट थिंक अभी कुछ रहा है इसके अंदर। अपनी टीम्स ने कितने पे एंड किया? 12 एंड 14। चलो बढ़िया है, बढ़िया बढ़िया है। अगली बार भाई करेंगे, इससे और अच्छा करेंगे एंड मजा आएगा। अगली बार और मजा आएगा। इस बार और थोड़ा ग्राइंड होगा, सॉरी अगली बार और ज्यादा ग्राइंड होगा एंड और ज्यादा टाइम देंगे ग्लोबल लॉबीज में, तो करेंगे, डोमिनेट करेंगे। देखो गन पावर में तो है, मार तो रहे, बट कहीं ना कहीं सोलो सोलो पिक ऑफ ये वो ज्यादा हो गया फाइनल्स में। ग्रुप स्टेजेस में बहुत बढ़िया था, दोनों टीम्स का फ्लो बहुत तगड़ा था, बट फाइनल्स में पिक ऑफ अपन अकेले अकेले ज्यादा हुए। बट चलो अभी जो होना था वो हो गया। बेटर लक नेक्स्ट टाइम एंड एक बार डब्ल्यूज हो जाए अपने गॉड लाइक एंड ओजी के लिए। उन्होंने बहुत अच्छा ट्राई किया, उन्होंने अपना 100% दिया एंड मजा आया, मजा आया। एस पावर ब्रॉडकास्ट देखो क्या बात कर रहे, कुछ डाला है क्या? अरे यार कुछ भी डालते हैं ये, कुछ भी डालते हैं, छोड़ो इसको, कुछ भी डालते हैं ये। तो इस बार की तो अगली बार यार, ये क्या शेम वेम, कोई शेम नहीं है भाई। अच्छा अच्छे के लिए, वो बहुत बहुत प्यारे के लिए भाई सीधा फाइनल्स गए, वो बहुत बड़ी बात है भाई। ना ये लॉबी का एक्सपीरियंस ना कुछ, पहली बार भाई पावर गया है इंटरनेशनल, ऐसा लिख रहे हैं यार। नहीं यार नहीं भाई, उसको प्राउड फील होना चाहिए भाई, वहां तक पहुंचा, फाइनल्स तक पहुंचा। आई नो वो भूख ज्यादा रहती है एक इंसान की कि भाई अगर पहुंच ही गए तो लेके जाते, बट ठीक है जो नसीब में होते वो मिलते। अगली बार जरूर पावर भाई तू मचा के आएगा भाई, टेंशन मत ली। एक और मौका, वैसे अभी मौके तो मिलनी है, बैक टू बैक मौके ही है, बस अपना ग्राइंड चालू रहेगो नॉन स्टॉप एंड लेके आओ, अगली बार लेके आओ वहां के, हम भी सेलिब्रेट करें भाई, हम भी खड़े होके वहां के ढोल वोल बजाए यहाँ। फो पावर के 30 के हमें 35। अच्छा बड़ा इसके अंदर सर्वाइवल ये वो सारी चीजें दिखती, इट्स नॉट अबाउट किल्स ओनली।